No, we don't care about the fans. We don't care about the team. We don't care who wins the league. We don't care who's not going to win the league. We don't care about a lot of things. We just care about our job.
Your performance in the game.
Our performances. This is the only thing that we care about.
Okay.
All games need personalities. But there's a game that needs a manager.
Okay.
You look at this game, we say, in this game, we need somebody who's going to manage the game. This time, I wake up, I take my morning jog closer to the beach, running. When I look at this guy, I'm like, this is Makayantini, man. I went to him and I say, I want to see you running here. What time do you run? I would like to train with you.
Yeah.
And then Mac, if you know Makayantini, he's crazy. And he said,
is it an endurance?
Mac can train. And then he said, if you want to do it, you will be here 7:45. At 8, we are starting with or without you. The words that really helped me is one of the match commissioners who said to me, fit in or fuck off.
As easy as that.
Yeah, they said FIFO, fit in or fuck off. Starting all of us. And when you wake up, you make your bed. Whether you are a man or you are a boy, a woman, it doesn't matter. When it's time to wash dishes, you're going to wash dishes. I'm going to wipe. You're going to sort everything out. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I must not be a referee at home, right? I must listen. Yeah, I need to listen. In the field of play, I don't listen to you. I call the shots.
You're the boss.
I'm the boss. Yeah, I only listen to my 2 teams.
King David Studio Podcast.
It's an exciting day today for me. I'm with Nyashisa Marmina. I'm with a celebrated referee in South African soccer. And she'll correct me if I'm wrong. The first woman to officiate the men's game in professional soccer. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. We have with us Akhona Makalima. I'm excited because she doesn't smile on the pitch and she's smiling here. So we're very lucky. How are you, man?
I'm all right, David. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm awesome, man. I'm excited, nervously so, because I remember thinking, will I be able to do this one, man?
Don't worry. I'm friendly when I don't have cards.
That's funny. When you don't have the cards in your pocket.
I'm very friendly.
So Guti, Ismail Sako, Sinogba, non-existent on the pitch.
Sometimes. I smile a lot in the field.
Really?
But it's just that people got me when I'm not smiling.
Oh.
Obviously, if there's a beautiful pass or something very nice, I would say, oh, that was football. And then I'll smile. Yes, I love the game. So I would be moving around and laugh about something.
Wow.
But I cannot laugh when somebody is almost breaking somebody's leg.
That's true.
Imagine I issue a red card and then I'm laughing.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure South Africa would say, is she okay?
Wow. So when the game is on, because let me tell you what's going to happen today. You're going to give us a perspective of a referee on the field when a game is on. Because we wonder about a lot of these things. Because the thing about soccer is it doesn't have sound. We almost don't hear much. There's always a microphone, but they don't catch enough. So we never know what a referee says half the time.
Yeah.
When you're talking to the players, what
do you say?
Because there's moments where we are tetisa. We don't know what you're saying. And umuntu just like, whatever. And then they walk away. Yes. So you'll give us a picture in all of that.
Not a problem.
Brilliant. There's a day in your life. Give me some of the most important dates in your life.
The day I was born.
Okay.
And the day I received my badge, 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Is
it 2014?
2014, yes. That was very important. And also coming into the PSL, that was season 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
And the day I received that message that I'm going to the World Cup Australia and New Zealand. And I think every day is also special.
That's true. That's true. Let's go back to the badge, because what badge is that? So everybody understands what we're talking about.
So a FIFA badge is a white badge that we are wearing as match officials when you officiate at an international standard. It's a badge that you wear to say that this person is international standard referee, and you officiate in outside South Africa. In fact, all over the world. Wow. That badge takes you all over the world. That's
wow, man. That's how do you get it?
So you officiate in your country and looking at your performances, performing technically, physically, and the field of play, and obviously in the country, how good you are performing, how good are you delivering. Also looking at the performances during the game, and then you get to be recommended to the FIFA list.
Who looks, soccer players, scouts walk around the world looking for players. Who looks for referees?
It's the technical official. It's the technical office at SAFA. At South African Football Association, they have those technical offices that deals with the development of match officials, looking for match officials to develop. Or let's say your ABC Motsepe League, there is a development officer that looks at the development of match officials over there. And there is the regional league. There are also development officers that really looked at the development of match officials to those tournaments. Do you then get training? Do you go and sit in a classroom and they say, "Bonala, when's so?" So all of that. So all of you get the same book, basically. The book that I'm reading here in South Africa, right? They read the same book in Belgium. Wow. The exam and the book that I read when I'm in the local football association depends what level I am at. Is the same book that they are reading in Germany. So they are reading in Spain. So I'm a level is like grade 9, grade 11. Let's say entry level would be at LFA level would be level 1. Okay. Once you are at the PSL and international, you are at level 7 in our country. Wow, okay. Yes. I don't know in other countries how they make their levels, because you remember we don't have as much leagues as they have. Of course, yes. Because they would have Division 3 and Division 1. We have only these few for us. So, Bona, there's a lot of opportunities to put what you're learning in practice. Is that what you mean? So, for them, it takes quite some time to officiate at the top league. Because you will find that there is maybe let's call the Premier League, right? They will have the Premier League, and before you get to the Premier League, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions before the Premier League. Or you officiate in the second division, but there's also about 1, 2, 3 divisions before you. That. Yeah. So we have like the LFA. From the LFA, we have the SAB going Motsepe, up with the Motsepe, and then we have the Motsepe Championships, and then we now have the Premier League. So we have fewer stages. We have fewer competitions. We have fewer leagues than they have, and the divisions than they have. It almost sounds like we don't get enough training then. We do. Do you think so? I know so. Okay. Yeah, we do have enough training. The reason why I am saying this is that you start at the LFA. Which is the local football association, right? You ride all your levels. You get into the region. When you get to the region, also there are some competitions, there are some fitness tests, there are some technical, there are some workshops that you need to go to, right? And people feel like, oh my God, when I tell them that, I want to be a referee, how do I start? And then I'll tell you, to make it to the Premier League, how old are you? Have you started already? Do you understand? So if I come to you and I'm 25, am I too old? You are pretty much too old. Yeah. If you are, if you are really starting, you don't even have a level 1. Right? Okay. It means that you need to work twice as much. And also it means that you need to double the effort. Yes. It means that you need to be the hardest working person in the room for you to be identified. Because when you are really starting at 25, you are not even at the PSL. Think about all the match officials that now are at the development. They're young guys. They are young guys. Yeah. Think about the MDC guys. So you need to penetrate that space. You are only getting started at 25. I don't want to say it is impossible because I will be lying. There's nothing as impossible. But it means that you need to work twice. And you must be ready for each and everything. But it's possible. For the maybe recommendation of FIFA, maybe... I don't know. It will make something very special about you. Very special. Something that would say, this one is going to represent this one. There's something very special about you. Yeah. Why must we not recommend a 30-year-old and recommend a 47? Or we recommend a 38-year-old into the FIFA list, but there's a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
So you need to be very special. Yeah.
Do you know, I'm thinking as you're talking, it's the same.
Yes,
yes,
definitely. There's no level you are going to skip. This is number one.
Yeah.
They need to understand that you cannot do level 1 and then all of a sudden you are doing level 7.
Or you're officiating Sundowns Pirates game.
That can never happen. I can hear people sometimes say, why are you not doing 1, 2, 3? Well, you are supposed to be here. I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to be where I'm not. I am supposed to be here.
This is my level.
And also, I have this thing of saying, I am new in the game. I'm just a baby in the game. And people will say, no, you've been officiating. Go out of the country. You will see experience. Go out of the country. You will see powerful, strong, and hard-working people than you are. And when you come back home, you feel like, you know what? I haven't done anything. I still need to work hard.
Something you say, and the word stands out. You say go out of the country, you see hardworking people, not women necessarily.
Yes.
Your statement is people.
Yeah.
So you recognize immediately that you're not competing with other women. You're competing with just mesh officials.
Definitely. No, I'm not about competition. Women, I don't even feel like we should say women, female referees, male, because the thing is, when you are calling a male match official, hardly you will say a male referee.
Yeah, you never call them male referees.
But why do you then say the female referees?
Did I say female referees?
No, I'm just
no, maybe
putting
I
out
did.
No, you didn't.
If I did, because I'm not sure, I take it back.
Thank you. But you didn't say it. So I'm just making an example that this is why I say I'm going out there to compete with the people. And sometimes I always feel like I need to be the hard-working match official. I don't call myself female or male match. I say match official. The reason is behind it is that I know I have the ability. I know if I put in some work, I work hard, and then I get to be critical in my game. I work my game. I prepare my game. Then what would stop me?
To officiate any game?
Nothing, because there's always something special. I always say that match officials, we're all different. There's a game that needs a personality.
Okay.
All games need personalities. But there's a game that needs a manager.
Okay.
You look at this game, we say, in this game, we need somebody who's going to manage the game.
So can you anticipate that before the game?
Yes.
That this one, and what do you base it on?
We know. We look at it depends how you are going to prepare for your game.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So obviously, let me say I'm doing a relegation battle.
Oh.
What are you expecting in that game?
Fireworks.
Obviously.
Or a final, a cup final.
You understand me? So when you get into that game, one, you cannot first 20 minutes, 6 yellow cards. We're not going to finish the game.
No.
Then you need to be a manager in that game. Right? But if ever they don't want to play, then you give it to them. They don't want to play, then we deal with it.
Explain they don't want to play.
When they don't want to play, come, second minute, facha. They tackling each other, hard tackle, maybe reckless tackle in an ankle. I cannot say I'm going to manage this one.
No, yes.
How do I manage it? It's a reckless tackle. You are in charge of. I give you the card. Simple. But these are people who do not want to play. Yeah. You see, when maybe let's frustrate them.
Yeah, let's frustrate our opponents.
Let's frustrate the opponent.
Yeah.
Let's look at David. We know David is short-tempered.
Let's push him.
So let's push him.
Yeah.
You go, you foul.
Hey.
Somebody else comes, they foul. The other player come, the same team, they foul. Now we read the message.
Oh, this is what's happening. So you guys can see that, all right.
Yeah.
Wow. We don't really understand this role.
It's football understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
We take it so lightly. What is the first misconception people have about your job? When they see you in the streets or after the game or before the game, what is it that they don't understand about what you do?
I think they think that we don't know how to apply the law.
Ah. Okay.
And yeah, it's something that unfortunately, we cannot just debate on that because I'm the specialist in the law. You are not the specialist of the law. So I cannot debate that with anyone who is not a match official.
True. We haven't read the book.
Even if you read the book, you don't know how to interpret it.
Ah. Oh, hell. Okay, let me qualify my statement. We haven't been to class. Because then somebody has to...
You can go to class, but the application is not in class.
Have you seen when watching games and you say the match official made a mistake there? Surely you see that as well.
I would not answer that.
Come on.
I will not answer that. But I'm a match official.
Yeah, because these are your colleagues as well.
Yeah.
Do you guys get along?
A lot.
Other match officials?
A lot.
Is there a lot of... Because when you go officiate a game, it's you and your linesman and the match official. There's no... It's not like Nhambange Pass,
Yeah.
where you hang out. And in a society, I'm a match officials in a WhatsApp group. You guys, do you...
We do have WhatsApp groups.
You do?
We work just like you are working with your friends.
Yeah.
We do the same thing with your colleagues and all of that. And with your team, you definitely we get an appointment. We're going somewhere. Then you create a WhatsApp chat and say, "Hey, welcome to the team." And so, what's up, guys? Have you prepared? This is what you need to do. La 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 la.
Do you do a look out for this, look out for that prior to the game? What is the preparation of a game? Do you guys meet together and say, "Hey, look, this is the type of game"? Who's the motivator? Who's the manager?
No. You want me to give everything, and the players will be like, okay, they don't discuss our tactics. We're not gonna discuss everything.
No. And I get that. I guess what I'm trying to get at, and you can answer as much as you can. I'm trying to get at, you don't just rock up there and say, chance, I need to use game.
No.
Zalan.
No.
You have a small...
We talk.
The same way teams talk before the game.
We prepare.
Wow.
We prepare. We cut clips.
Really?
Yes.
The same way as teams do.
Same way as teams do. We cut clips. We watch, okay, what happened? Who are the game makers? Who did this?
What?
We watch. What is the approach? What style are they playing?
Whoa.
Okay, who are the attacking? Who makes the game? Who is yeah.
So you know the game just as good as coaches do, essentially.
Definitely.
Because you have to analyze.
We analyze the game. If you want to have a good game, you must analyze your game. If you want to have a good game, you must prepare for your game. How then do you prepare for your game?
That's true.
You have to watch the game.
But help all of us here understand, what is the purpose of such an intensive analysis?
Because you want to deliver at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You want to know. You don't want to be surprised by something, but at least prepare for it. Okay? This formation, what does it give me? The opponent's formation, what does it...
Yeah. What
information?
Yeah.
So what is it exactly that I must expect? Right? Wow. Is it going to be congested in the center,
or
at the back?
Wow.
Am I expecting counter attacks? Who start the attacks? Yeah.
What?
We know those things.
We're thinking, that's all. You just run around.
No, you can't.
And then make bad decisions. I bet you a lot of people thinking, David, you're seeing it from every consumer's
most
point
of the times
view.
You'll be chasing the game.
Yes.
If you don't prepare, most of the times you will be chasing the game.
And that's not an ideal situation.
No. No. At this level, everything matters.
Because do referees recognize that their decision has a huge implication? And I asked this question almost double-fold. Huge implication on the team, huge implication on the fans, huge implication on you as a personality as well. Do you recognize the size of the job that you're carrying?
We know. There's nothing we don't know. We know the game. We know that we always say that, listen, guys, this game is not about us. It's about the two teams. They must go and beautify the game, but we are there to guide the game.
Yes.
That's it. We are there to beautify the game. We are there to make the game look beautiful.
Wow.
But unfortunately, if they do 1, 2, 3, this is how we are going to act. If they do 1, 2, 3, and we don't take pressure, we don't take anything, but we go there, we deliver our job. It makes everything easy when people are just there to play the game.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's fun also.
It's beautiful, it's fun. And I think it comes with a lot of passion. If you're passionate about your game, you're going to prepare.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about your game, nobody's going to be looking at you because you're just there doing your thing. Going to be there doing your thing.
Wow. And would you advise people to take on this career? Just generally, some people would say, I want my daughter to be a doctor, I want my son to be a nurse. Is this a career that's fulfilling based on your experience?
I think it's anyone who loves the game.
Yeah.
Because you need to love the game, right? And anyone who is willing to work hard, right? And also you need to be passionate about it because it's not easy. Right? And it requires a lot of work. If you're lazy, don't even try.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. If you are not passionate about it, it's not going to work. And if you are not willing to be open-minded, then it's not going to work, because every time you will be bashed, every time there's going to be something, every time there's going to be hard work, every time you have everything to sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice your family time,
because you give that up as well. You give up a lot of your family time.
You give up a lot. Yes, I don't know. I think last year, maybe I was only home for a month.
What?
If I was in the country, maybe if I count all the days I was in the country, maybe they can sum up to a month.
That's crazy.
Then you can think about your family.
And the level of international refereeing, it's even worse, I imagine.
Yes.
Because you're not just dealing with local games, you're dealing with international games.
When you look at your schedule, you look at the schedule at the tournament, maybe you feel like, oh my goodness, how am I going to make it through this day?
Yes.
This day is intense. This day is really hectic.
That's crazy.
Okay, yes. So I always say, I hear people say, I want to be a referee. My first question is why? Why do you want to be a referee?
Yes.
Who said that?
What would be an appropriate answer to that why?
Because I love it. Because I'm passionate about it. Yeah. If you love the game, you're passionate about the game, I think you can do it.
Yeah, I can be a match official.
You can be a match official, but you have to love it.
Wow. I want to go back to the beginning. Where are you from?
Enqamakho eNgculo kuMbango Bomvu.
Uyathetha?
Ndiyathetha ndingumXhosa.
Oh, Xhosa sam sincinci.
I said right.
Sincinci. I have favorite words.
Okay.
Xhosa.
Give it to me.
Ukutya.
That's food. You love food.
I know. I like what it does to the tongue.
Ukutya.
Yeah, I like what it does to the tongue. Ukutya. There's nothing like that in my language. In Spain, there's ukutya. That's what I like about it. I've learned how to speak Xhosa quite well over the past 2 years, and it's come out it's not bad. It's so much so that I replace a lot of Zulu words that I've known for years with Xhosa words now. And so I'm not sure I like that anymore because I can't differentiate.
You cannot
anymore.
differentiate.
Yes.
It's just me and my Sotho and my Tswana. I just say anything. And
how is your Sotho?
It turns out that I'm speaking the same. Maybe I think I'm speaking Sotho and then this is Tswana.
Oh.
Yes. I can say, maybe nditi.
Yeah, let's hear it.
When I did Tsatseli Munat. And they will say that was Tswana.
What did you say? Say it again. Let me hear.
When I did Tsatseli Munat.
What's Sotho for that? Because that sounds Tswana. It
exactly.
is a mix. Yes.
More. All the times they're like, you are mixing.
It is a mix.
But I'm okay with that. I love languages.
Yes,
I love languages. I don't care. I'll learn small thing. I will smell. I will learn like few things in French, few words in this language.
Oh,
I love it. One thing that I always do is that when I walk in a room with French people, I must greet you in French.
Yes, bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour, ça va?
Yes.
Bien de me? Yeah.
There you go.
Then that's good. And then when you come down, like my French is
petite.
Yeah.
Are there language barriers during a game?
Yes, but most of the times we use our body language. For instance, I did my hardest game in the Maurice Ravello tournament. Okay. I was doing Argentina, Panama City.
How was that?
Hectic.
Because you don't speak their language.
But I have a whistle that we use as a tool. So, Papa, come here.
Papa.
You call it, I call you.
And when Bafanu Teti is there?
My friend, simple. You cut it off.
Yes. Oh, yeah, cut it off.
Yeah, cut it off.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you say no. Everybody knows this is
yes,
a no. There can never be a yes. And then you say no push.
Yes.
No hold, no. So they see you. Yeah.
Do you sometimes find it difficult to say, I'm about to do this and I don't even understand the word? Do you have to psychologically prepare your mind as well?
Yes. This is why I said preparation
is important.
It's very important. You know that I'm going to do Panama City and Argentina. Then automatically you need to say, okay, what do I need? Oh, these guys, they're going to be physical. These guys are going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Probably I might have 2 or 3 match confrontations. How am I going to? Yes.
Oh, and now in South Africa, do you find language challenges or it's a little easier?
No, it's very easy. Everybody understands English.
That's true.
In the field of play, the only language that is allowed, which is universal, is English.
Wow.
Even when we go out of the country,
the only language.
The only language. You are doing French, you say, yeah, mon ami, s'il vous plaît. Please, please.
What is mon ami, s'il vous plaît?
My friend, please.
Please.
Yeah. Once you say s'il vous plaît, they know.
Yes.
Please.
Do you think you approach your game? And I was having a chat with a sports presenter before coming here. Yeah, you must ask. This is strong, ufem kakhulu. So do you think you're deliberately firm sometimes or over firm? As you did answer it in some way that you prepare for the game.
I think people feel like I should be weaker because I'm a woman, or sometimes they feel like I am being strong so that I can prove myself that even though I'm a woman, I'm very strong. And it's not about that. It's all about the approach of the game. Most of the times I don't shout players for no reason. They are adults, they are professional.
True.
Why must I shout them? But if you do something that is going to compromise my management, I'm going to deal with you.
Yes. So,
right?
And firmly.
Yes. And I always say that we are professionals. That's number one. Number two, Africa is looking at our games. Let's make it look beautiful. This is my mindset going to each and every game. Wow. Everybody is watching this game. Let's make it look beautiful.
Wow. That's
you understand? And a player goes down or something. I'm like, my friend, they are here to see us play, not sit down. We sit down more than we play. But look at the stadium. I said that to the players. Look at the stadium.
Wow, you say that.
I say that so that they can remember why they are there. We are here to play.
Then you serve more than just a referee in the game. You serve also as and I'll call it for what it is, as a mother figure and also an adult in the moment, because your role is so important.
We are managers and we are leaders.
Yeah.
So when you get in the field of play, you're not there to hammer the players.
No.
You're just there to interpret the law, right? So sometimes you can just pass by somebody trying to maybe complain for something, or they just starting to get out of the way. You can easily say, my friend, throughout the game you've been playing very well. This one you are doing is taking you to the showers.
Yeah, we are more shamaj.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all about your management style. How do you then manage them, right?
So you get
and how
involved.
do you manage yourself as well?
True.
in everything? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure we've watched sometimes. What do we call this guy?
Yeah. A conductor. Yes,
you conduct the game. They want to play, allow them to play. Let the game flow. What does the game want?
They call them a maestro. The guy who does this.
Let's give it to them. Let's respect the game. It's all about them.
Wow. Do you know, because we remember, like I said when we started, we don't hear what you guys say.
Yeah.
We wish we could read lips, I promise you. Then we would hear everything.
Why? What do you want to hear?
We're curious because we're always curious about, and now you're giving us a window into this world that sometimes your job is to say,
yeah. And you say it.
Don't ruin
My friend,
this.
It's been beautiful. You're the first one to spoil it. Yeah. We say that.
An important
and then
moment.
they'll feel like, I don't want to spoil it. I want to play.
Yes.
And when a player feels like, the thing is, we also understand that players are frustrated. We also understand that it's a game of emotions. We also understand that they're also under pressure. We also understand that they want to look beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? But in the midst of everything, do not break the law.
No.
Do not compromise the law.
Yeah. And do not break other players.
Do not break other players, because we say that sometimes, like, my friend,
you know, it's like,
yeah, it's something that you need to take in, but it's a joke. But
it's an
think about
important joke.
it's an important metric. Yes.
Wow. Because the reality of it is, you can tell a rough player who's just tackling people roughly that we are more Shandot.
Let's make it look beautiful.
Wow, I like that. That's going to be the motto. Let's make it look beautiful.
Yes.
Go back home. Eastern Cape. What type of family are you born into?
I'm born in a sporting family, you know that?
Okay.
Yes, I'm coming from a sporting background.
Yeah.
But now I'm also coming from a rugby community.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Which is very
that's
interesting,
obvious.
right?
that's pretty obvious. Eastern Cape is a rugby,
it's a rugby
and a little bit of boxing. I say a little bit. It used to be. But
come see.
Half, mind you.
Yeah. So my mother was very athletic, and my father was very athletic.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they were never married, but
yes,
they were both very active.
So you inherited their genes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my mother was a netball player. My brother played soccer.
Yeah.
But the community that I come from, obviously we play rugby. And I was very active as a child. Like very active. Everybody in my community, even now, they know. If you see a girl running with some boys, they would know it's Akhona. Even now, as I am old, if you see somebody jogging at 5, they know that no, Akhona Makalima.
Yes.
So it has been like that, and it is like that even now. So I played everything, Escolo, and when you are very good, Obotishala, they will want to try you in almost every sporting code.
Yeah.
So if it's athletics season, we do athletics. Makali season, yes, so no Akhona. Yeah, adlale.
Yes.
Yeah, baseball. Okay, Akhona uyadlala. Yeah, so
because they all require fast running. Yes, all of that.
Totally.
So you have the legs for fast running, obviously.
I am a fast runner.
Yeah,
I am a power athlete.
Okay.
I believe if I came from maybe better communities, or if I went to better schools, maybe I would have been a world champion somewhere.
In some sports.
100%, because I am a power athlete. I'm very fast.
Yes. But what sports drew your attention initially? What drew your utileng?
I really loved baseball.
Really?
Yeah, I loved baseball more than football, more than rugby. Yeah, but obviously when I was really starting up, football was not really popular.
In your home?
But it was there in the schools.
Yeah.
But when I went to high school, it slowly phasing out. In baseball.
Baseball,
yes, slowly phasing out. And then I had an opportunity to choose now, because at high school you can't play everything.
Of course.
You have to choose.
Funda as well.
Finally, Funda, and also at the same time, at 3 o'clock, there's a soccer practice, there's a rugby practice, and there's baseball practice.
Sure.
Now choose.
No time.
At the same time, you cannot be in two places at the same time. So I had to choose, and I loved football. I had to choose football.
What drew you to football? Daddy's influence, or what was it about this beautiful game?
Just the influence of the community. So the boys, they knew that Akhona was left-handed. And they're like, there's no way we can look for somebody who can play
11,
left.
yes.
While Akhona is there. Let's go and look for Akhona.
Yeah.
So when these guys came to me and said, Akhona, you don't want to play football? I'm like, why? That time I'm playing baseball.
Okay.
No, we're introducing football at school, and we need somebody who is going to play 11 and
these
3.
Are boys looking
These are
for
boys, yes.
Yes.
Then I was like, okay, I'm going to try. I went. I started off in Dlalu 3.
Okay.
So I played a defender, left.
Yeah.
And then I played, really liked it. And now all my other friends, they were also playing. So I was like, okay, I love it. My friends are here and I am here. And I love it, the way they were guiding me. And
it sounds like you're referring to boys as friends.
I had friends who were boys.
Yeah, that's what I mean in this case.
Yeah. But also my 2 friends were also playing. I think they started playing before me. They were defenders.
Okay.
I think the other one, Amanda, was playing 5 and Abungile was playing 4.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my friends are here. I'm going to do it.
Might as well.
I love it. But now it also gave you that attention that she's a left winger. She's a left back. She's also left-handed. Oh, nice. Yes.
But why does that stand out about a lefty? Because I would think
lefties are very skillful people.
Yes.
Not really skillful, but accurate. I would not say I'm very skillful, but I'm very accurate.
Now, here's you now playing soccer. Do you get better and better to a point where you are now acknowledged as a star player?
Listen, I was very strong when I was playing. I was very strong as a player, and I played for my province, but I could not get an opportunity to play for Banyana Bakhosi. So didn't get an opportunity to play for them. And I don't think it's something that is hurting me. It's something that I celebrate in a way, because I feel like I've achieved so much that maybe I could have achieved as a player.
Yeah.
And it was my first choice. That turned out to be not my choice, because
to play for...
I wanted to play for Banyana.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously at home, my mother was not about that.
Really?
Uzodlala ibhola kuphi uyintombazana. Uzodlala ibhola uyohlala kuphi? Where are you going to stay? Because around it's good you are playing. But if you want to play for Banyana, at the time you needed big teams.
Of course.
Was I going to go to Durban ladies? No. My mother was not going to support that.
Jeez.
I must move to Cape Town. Who do I know in Cape Town?
Yes.
Come to Johannesburg is a no-go area.
Oh, she was
Johannesburg is dangerous.
Yeah, I was saying.
Go study, graduate, find a job.
And then you can do whatever
you can do whatever. There was a year she stopped me from playing. I stopped playing football for 2 years.
At what age were you at the time?
I think I should be 19, 20.
Okay. It's still transition high school.
High school to go, yes.
To tertiary.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like, no football.
She was insisting on school.
School.
What did that do to this young child that wants to play with all her heart?
It broke me so much because I wanted to play. It broke me so much to an extent that we were not really good friends.
Ooh.
Yes. I remember I also wrote her a small letter. I did not write the letter to her. I think I wrote it on my diary.
Okay.
And then she read my diary.
Ooh.
That broke her a lot.
What was the
Then
core
she
of the
told
letter?
me that, do you know that I find your letter eti that was the headline of the topic, and then
yes.
pouring my heart in the letter, how I want to play, and then you are stopping me from this. I think I want to go back to Utatomkhulu because you don't support me. And my Utatomkhulu would support everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of love.
Out of love. If I go for athletics, Utatomkhulu is there watching me. And then when we get home, we discuss about everything that was happening in the field.
Yes.
Now I'm with this lady that doesn't understand me. You want me to stop what I like. I mean, I've been performing very well at home with Utatomkhulu. Now I'm in high school. I'm staying with her. You are just changing the rules. It's not going to work.
You're stopping my future.
You're stopping my future and everything. But then, because she's my mother, I stopped for 2 years. Did not play. Did my standard 11, my grade 11, grade 12. Went to college. When I started going to college, I stopped. I forgot about her.
Yes.
Started studying. Went to play again.
You studied FET college.
I started
right?
at FET college, yes.
What line of studies did you
Human
take?
resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a career that you wanted?
No.
Or what happened there?
No, I've always wanted to do sports. Everything that I wanted to do had something to do with sports.
There's
right?
other things.
But uyayazi ukuthi emakhaya they don't believe in into nesport phakathi sizakusaphi sport abantu besport ababhatalwa abantu besport benza this abantu besport benza that. And also umama was also scared that maybe I might be part of the LGBTI community.
Oh, of course.
She was really against it because of that.
And also, are you saying if you had played a different sport, her approach may have been
If
different?
I played netball, I know for sure.
She would have said, that's fine.
Yeah, continue playing. Yeah, she could not understand. She's always with the boys. She's always coming late. Maybe she's always wearing tracksuits. She's always in shorts.
Yeah, you're boyish.
Yeah.
You're a tomboy.
I don't think that at the time she was much aware of anything, but she knew that I don't want my kid to be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't blame my mother because she was not well educated in that regard.
Yeah.
But now that I am growing. Now, why my mother is so streetwise, my mother is so open-minded. She understands everything. Oh, you want to do, okay, do this. If you want to do, she's open-minded. And I'm sure if ever I told her that, okay, I am this, she would have supported.
Yes.
Because now as we're growing, she would ask me, do you have 1, 2, 3? I'm like, girl, I don't discuss things like that with you, right? So I think this is also the thing, that maybe our parents are not educated enough or are not much in... Maybe
they're not exposed
enough to say, okay, this and that. Maybe it's also us to say, Mama, I can play football and not be 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
Mama, I can do. I don't have.
Yes.
I don't have to be anything. I just need to be. And even if I can be gay or a lesbian, I am still your child.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah. Because I know that there are a lot of kids who I believe their dreams never took off because parents feel like they're gonna be gays and lesbians and all of that. And I feel like maybe there should be some sort of, I don't want to say I promote or I don't promote or anything, but I feel like parents should know that if your kid is like this, just accept.
Yeah.
And then allow them to be who they are. It's not going to change. If Fanala Hlambizija is going to wash the dishes, if Fanala everything, it's going to...
Yes, here's something interesting I did on my radio show the other day. We were talking about, would you allow your child to go to an all-boys school or an all-girls school? And the commentary was, yeah. Mtwana muzoba gay. Imagine exactly to see how even your facial expression, because the demonstration there is that there's just lack of general basic understanding of how these things
work. For
work.
me, what people do not understand is that In my team, there was a time in my team, we were only 3 that were straight.
Yeah.
The rest of the girls were lesbians. And now when people are saying, so-and-so is lesbian, at this day and age, I was never affected by all of that when I was young. Now, when people are cringing, I'm like,
Now?
You understand?
You're late.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are very late.
Yeah.
So if my kid wants to be lesbian, it's their choice. If they want to be gay, or if they are born like that,
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But do you want to play netball? Yes, go play. Do you want to play rugby? You wanna cook? My nephew is a chef. He's a boy.
Yes. Yeah.
Then what is the problem?
And he loves it.
He
himself.
loves cooking.
Yeah.
Then he must cook.
You are now getting serious, Ngesok. Ekasi. What type of township is it or neighborhood is it?
Elalini
where you are?
kaloku. Elalini, not a
Yes.
township, a village, typical village. Yep.
The closest house to yours was a few meters
Umeza,
away.
no, it's like this. It's like ekhaya kwamelwane and kwamelwane. So ezilalini, we don't have this house and the other one is there.
Oh yeah, they're close
It's also
by,
like close by.
but it's still
But
fairly rural. It's rural.
Yeah, it is
What
rural.
defines it as rural for you where you grew up?
What
Was missing?
I don't think we really had. Sometimes we didn't even have some water. We didn't have some electricity. We didn't have a lot of things in the. Yeah, obviously we will have the kraal. We will have these. We wake up. We'll milk a cow.
Milk a cow.
Electionally, they don't do those things.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
it's rural.
it is. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. So I wake up in the morning. My morning routine when I was young was like this. I wake up at maybe 5.
Okay.
Utatomkhulu is taking iti I can go 6, or we wake up at 4. Go 5 utatomkhulu uyaphunga.
Yeah.
And before you do that, you must go milk the cow. Yeah, so that he can get fresh milk. Definitely.
Gotta love that.
Yes, and then we sit down as family. We have that. And
Ngesingwe brown.
Ngesingwe brown. 100%.
Yes.
Or maybe beskovile and then snamagwinya, like
Oh,
fat cakes.
yes.
Yeah, and then we will have that. Then get ready for school. Iskolo said it was about maybe 100 meters away from home.
Okay,
so
wasn't so bad.
You get
Yes,
ready.
yes.
Nikupi kusha, they go.
Yeah.
And then it puts the kupingom of kala. We take them out of the
course,
yeah,
of the-
sis
yes, so
kapele.
they can go
And then
and
what we do
graze.
later, we run. We are even the bell when the bell rings.
It's
as
not
school
very
ring.
far.
It's not very far. Then we run to school. So it's going to say again go 8, 9, 10. Got 10 you break, first break, you run home. Uzovulela igusha because igusha is ngo 11 or 10.
What?
So you run home, uzovulela igusha zihambe, and then you have your break. You go back to school.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Wow, man, that's such a humble. I think with the way you described rural, which there's no electricity, there's no water. Joburg has become rural. Anyway,
In a way.
I'm making jokes. So you grew up in a really humble setup.
Yeah.
Are there still people back home?
Lot of us. Yes, my uncle is there. My grandfather is not there anymore. He passed away 2008.
Yes.
2008, but my uncle is there. And we were home this Christmas. For the very first time, all of us, we decided, let's go spend Christmas at home.
Okay.
And then we remember who we are. We wake up in the morning, bring and share. Nobody's going to contribute anything. Let's go back. We cook, we do breakfast. You special, you like to do pancakes?
Yes.
Do pancakes. You want to do this? Then let's do that.
Has a lot changed about the availability of things like electricity and all of that? Has a lot improved?
A lot changed, obviously, because now cinema and Zetankini, it's easy.
Okay.
Also, we have bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, you go. So there is a...
But at home, we don't have anything. It's
Still the
there.
same.
I love it. I love it that way. I wish we can keep it. But Aman's now, obviously.
Of course.
But
Rather, you have one water.
I wish we can keep it that way. When I am home, you can't get me on my phone, which is something I really like. And when I meet...
No network.
No network. I love it. I really love it.
Yes.
When I was home December, nobody could reach me. If I want the network, I drive up closer to Estopini, and then my messages will come.
And then you see them,
Okay, I respond and then
and go back.
Go back home.
That's a really humble upbringing. How many siblings do you have? How many sisters and brothers?
So, I told you my mom and my dad were never married.
Yes.
So, I have 5 sisters.
This side.
Yeah, I have 5 sisters from my father's side.
Okay.
And I have 4 from my mother's side. So, I have 9 sisters.
It's a big family.
Yeah,
Sisters only.
Sisters only. And I have a half brother.
Wow, that's a lot of girls.
Yes.
Do you guys get along?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot with my sisters. Yeah.
On both sides.
The thing is, they don't know each other. Some of them, they don't know each other because, when you are blended, you are blended.
That's true.
So, they don't know.
How did you get to know about some of them?
My mother told me.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you my mother was open-minded.
Yeah.
So, she told me. I asked her, like, what happened?
But it also takes a curious child to get those answers.
But one thing that we do not know as people is that kids listen. Mm. And kids hear a lot of things. Mm. You will think that you are talking to your friend, but the kid is here.
He's listening. Mm-hmm.
And the more you speak, the more they get questions. Mm. The more they feel like, oh, okay. And then later they will ask you. Or if they don't ask you, they isolate themselves. Mm. So one way or the other, something will happen. And
And
but
you thinking you're having a private conversation.
But kids are listening.
Yeah, I know.
But I have my sister. I love all my sisters. There's nothing I know better than being a sister.
Yes.
When I tell you that I have 9 sisters, this is why I'm so passionate about women development. It's because I know how it feels to be a sister.
To be a girl, eh? Yes. And at what level were you number one?
Mother's side, I'm number 2. Father's side, I'm number 3.
Okay.
I'm a middle child.
You're a proper middle child on both sides, eh? Wow. And do you, the definitions, I'm a middle child. I don't know what it means, but there are people who have ideas of the role of a middle child. What have you found out?
I just find out, Guti, I always mediate. Oh. I find out that I always have to keep things balance.
Yeah, for both sides.
I feel like I have a responsibility to say to my big sister, hey, come back, we are here. You relax. You know? And I think I'm taking that up. It used to annoy me that why are these guys always fighting? Why are they always like this? But funny enough, these guys, they love each other, but they fight a lot. Then I am that person. Okay, I'm more than willing to listen. What happened?
You realize the same role you play on the soccer field.
Totally. Yeah. But sometimes I feel like I must not be a referee at home. Right? I must listen. Yeah, I need to listen. In the field of play, I don't listen to you. I call the shots.
You're the boss.
I'm the boss. I only listen to my 2 teams.
Yes.
So now I think Asanda is going to be AR1 and Zizo is AR2. And the rest of the sisters are fourth officials.
Yeah, that's it.
Jeez, man. You're very much correct.
Because I'm thinking now, have you taken the role of a referee at home? Have you found yourself doing because the character is you. You're all
at home. Yes, I do. Let me just be honest. Yes, I do.
You have that.
Yeah, I'm a referee. I am a referee.
I as well have a. Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah. The other day, I gave my niece a whistle. I say whistle. And the mother was so annoyed. I said whistle. I'm training it to be a referee.
Yeah, might as well, eh?
But I do that a lot. At home. Yeah, I'm a referee.
And you can't help yourself.
No, I can't help myself.
Let's go back to the transition from being a player to a referee. When did the mind change?
I think 2011. 2011, I've always been playing football, very committed, very serious. I know exactly what I want, right? And now, finish my college, graduated, I'm going back home, and this time now we are in Queenstown with my mom and my family, and look for a job. I'm working, I'm doing my training at the Department of Sports, and now I'm playing for a local club. This club was for SAPS.
Okay. And you're a player.
I'm a player now. I'm playing.
Yeah.
And now I see and know the competition is not the same, right? And I see that the seriousness of the team is not the same. We have different things. They're playing social so that they can go whatever, or they are, me on the other side, I want to play. I want to make it.
You want to win.
I want to win.
Yes.
I want to show up at training.
Yeah.
Sometimes I show up at training, it's just me and the coach. Sometimes I show up at training, it's just me and 4 young girls that really want to play, and the other team, they're not there. Sometimes we have maybe a game, and then the team that we're supposed to play with doesn't show up because they don't have resources. Maybe no, the van is going to be available. Then all of a sudden, no, it's no longer available. They don't show up. And the league is not really strong. I'm like, where are you going, baby girl? Be honest. I'm somebody who's very honest with myself. So I'm like, be honest. Do you see yourself playing for...
Because for you, this was a career.
This is the career. This is what I want to do. Do you see yourself playing at this level with everything that you have? Your mother said this. Okay, correct. Now I'm starting to see that she was correct.
She was right.
Yeah, she was right. It's good that I've graduated, but I still want to play. Still want to play. So I'm serious. I'm playing. But 2011 at the Easter tournament, I'm like, these guys, no. I'm not going to make it. Let me just be honest. One, I'm not going to relocate. Two, I don't know anyone in these places. Three, I need to make a decision. Right there, when we're preparing for Easter tournament, I told my coach that this is my last tournament I'm playing. After this, I'm stopping. Why?
Stopping to do what?
Stopping to play.
Completely.
I'll stop playing football. And at this time, I had a routine. I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym. From the gym, I go to my work. Weekends, I'm going to the field. So it was like
it was clear.
Right, it was clear what I want. So, and then and then it was routine. I'm like, no, I'm going to continue working. I'll do what I do. But I'm not going to play like this, I'm sure. I'm not going to play like this. And number two, I'm not going to relocate anywhere because my job is here. Right when I was stopping at that tournament, after the tournament, now there was Ubongani Mgesa, who was a development officer. I told you about development officers. So he was working for SAFA. They said, hey, we have this drive. We are looking for females who wants to be match officials. We have these courses coming up and what. If you guys are interested, they came to all the women's team. If you are interested to become a referee, you just write it down. And what. We wrote our names. And I remembered that I saw one lady who was running the line. And I can't remember, Yonela, what league was that at the time. But maybe I think it's Telkom, if it was Telkom. I can't remember the league.
It was just a tournament.
It was just a league. It was just a league at the time, but it was a men's league. But development. So I'm looking at this girl running the line. I'm like, girl, I can never run a line. If I do that, I want to be in the middle.
You already knew that.
I already knew that.
I don't want to do the line.
I cannot do the line. I want to be in the middle. But now, when they came to say, we're looking for, we wrote our names. I think we're about 28, if not 29 women were around our names. Okay, weekend, we have this course. You can come through. We'll be doing level 1 and some fitness test. I rock up. Weekend. Obviously, my weekends I'll be playing. So if I'm not playing now, this is an opportunity. Let me come. Get to the class. Obviously, they will teach you basic things now because this is level 1. But you are a player. You know that this is a foul, but you don't know what is the sanction.
There you go.
So they will say, okay, this one is this. They'll start with level 1. Okay, this is the field.
Basic stuff.
Basic. This is the field of play. This is the measurements of the field. The field must be like this. This is the penalty area. And
the teams must be 11. The small things.
Basic things. Basic things. I'm like, okay.
Handball.
These guys, are they really going through this? No, that's okay. I'm a player. It's not going to be difficult. I know a foul. I know this. I know that. But we'll see. Continued, passed the exam, went to the fitness test, passed the fitness test. Interesting. I love it. But now the dynamics have changed. The way they are training and the way we are training
as players
is a little bit intense.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Is a little bit intense. So I started obviously in the lower division. So in the lower division, it was easy. I could run the ladies test easily, fitness test and technical. I'm good. And now the change came when I am now starting to officiate at the Vodacom League. At the time, it was the ABC Mutsepe League. That time it was a third.
What is it? 3 tiers down?
It was a LFA, SAB, and then.
Okay, got it.
Now it's getting intense. Now we are busy. Now you need to understand what is a penalty. You need to understand what is a sanction, offside, and obviously you're not going to start it as a referee. All the referees, they started off as assistant referees. running the line, getting to understand.
Because you have to master the line.
Master the line before you can become a, you know. Okay, I ran the line at all the leagues, at all levels. ABC, Sasol League. Now Sasol was there, very good. And then now they see that, okay, this girl is really serious. Yeah, serious, this girl. Came a tournament, they invited us to a tournament. When our serious business is coming. This time,
is it to officiate or to observe?
To officiate. Now in August, this is August, started officiating. I'm like, whew, this thing is hectic. You need to be here, you need to be here. How am I supposed to know I need to be here? Because I am just following the ball.
You are talking about while the game is on.
The game is on now.
Is it
at the
true?
Tournament.
And here's my little knowledge of referees, that you run across and across and across. You don't just run around like a crazy person. All right, correct.
There is no standard run around.
Okay.
But there is a clear guideline to say if you run across, this is the benefit.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Maybe that's what I know. Yes, yes.
If you go this, you go this direction. You have the clear view of AR play.
That's it.
Then you're on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, but not like you have to run. No.
You can't just chase the ball like you're a player.
No, you can't. You don't chase the ball. You need to be there before. You need to know where are they going before they go there.
Do you imagine being an official harder than playing? Because you run either way.
We run.
You run when the ball is goalkeeper.
You need to know when the goalkeeper has the ball. You need to know where he is sending the ball.
You need to anticipate, essentially.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you find that when games start from behind, which is becoming a pattern, when games start from behind, Uchali, now Bamnigi Polo, Uzanayo, is it slower than when Ukune?
It needs you to think.
Yeah.
When a game is like that, it needs you to think.
Okay.
What's gonna happen? Okay, where are they? Who is taking it? Who is taking a run?
Where are they going? Who's taking a run?
Yeah, who is available? And also, you need to anticipate that what is going on. The ball. What is in front of the ball?
Yeah.
Right. Is there a defender with the ball? Is there an attacker coming strong? If there's that pressing, what must I do? Even though I see this pressing, there is a possibility of ball possession being lost.
Of course.
And then I need to go.
Yeah.
Also, the defender has the ball. I need to scan. Where is he going to take the ball?
It's not easy.
It's not easy. And this is what people do not understand about our people. More than anything, they want to discuss our decisions more than they need to understand how it started. How did you get here? How are you moving? And maybe it's a conversation for another day. Maybe,
where were you when
maybe
that
we
moment
need,
happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where were you when it happened?
Yes, because there's a lot.
I know that when I'm officiating my games, I know that when I'm analyzing my games to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, right? And it's boring. You can never watch a game with me.
That's it.
No, you can't. Because
what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the movement. What is the style of play? What are they playing? Okay, Pap, where is he? Oh, why did he? You know? Yeah, I love that. Football. This is what I do when I watch.
Yes.
Yeah. When I'm watching my games, sometimes I just look at it, I'm like, yeah, so far, switch off the TV.
Jeez. Now you're getting they invite you to this tournament as an official, but running the line.
Yeah,
that was your experience of now doing it?
So I have two senior assistant referees that are already in the PSL.
Okay.
And I ran the line, and then they said, hey, Ntombazana, you don't point like this any hand. I'm left-handed. I take the flag this way. I point this way. I take the flag this way. I point this way. Like, relax. The ball is out. Flag this way.
Yeah.
The ball is out. You flag this way.
This way.
So they gave me like basic. Now it's easy when you have people that are senior.
Of course.
And it's easy to do the job, because people are going to say, okay, that was good. Okay, this is not good. This is how you must do it. And this is how you must not do it.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I take up the whistle.
How was that experience? Do you remember the game?
I cannot remember the game because it was just a development
it was a low
tournament.
level.
Yeah, but it was I'd say it was a provincial tournament, but it was a Christian Memorial tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clearly a lot of attention.
A lot of attention.
Yeah.
And at that tournament I got a trophy.
What?
Right? I get a referee of the tournament, and I don't think that trophy I was the referee of the tournament.
What do you think?
But no, they were just motivating me because I was the only referee. I was the only female referee at that tournament.
Okay.
So when I look at it now, I'm like, I love you, trophy, but I was not the referee of the tournament.
You know what? You deserve it.
Exactly. But I love that trophy
Yes.
because it gave me so much motivation. It gave me so much strength to say, you know what?
You should carry
Continue.
on. Yeah.
Yes.
Was that affecting your work? This new life
No.
of refereeing?
It wasn't, because refereeing, I would referee weekends.
Yes.
My work, I'm making Monday to Friday.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what is a typical referee's workout routine? Because I imagine we don't look at them much until they make a decision, but they run. Referees run.
We do a lot of speed endurance, speed agility, endurance, obviously coordination.
Of course.
Obviously, we need to do intermittent endurance because the game is like poo, you stop. So when they say papa, you must be ready for the counter attack. Also, a lot of acceleration, long speed agility, repeated speed ability. Maybe let me take you through my day.
Yeah.
Let's say tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm meeting up with my coach. I wake up in the morning, but tomorrow we're meeting up with my coach maybe at 9. So I wake up at 7, if ever I wake up that time, and then I do my routine. And then I meet up with my coach at 9. We do some intermittent endurance if tomorrow is an endurance day. And then I go home or at the gym, take a shower. And let's say I had a game, then I must analyze that game.
Okay.
Right? If you have a job, you go to your job and whatsoever. Then let's take you through today. Today, I want to do 2 sessions because I do 2 sessions a day. So what am I going to do this morning? I am going to train at 5:30. I train 5:30 all the times, but when I'm meeting up with my coach, I train I don't do 5:30.
Okay.
So at 4 I'm up. I get my morning prayer or whatever that I'm doing, or I meditate, and then I take a shower, and then I have my tea. I have my smoothie on my way to the gym. Then start training at 5:30. 5:30 to 6:30. Good. Drive back home, try to relax a bit so that I can recover, do my everything. If I have a meeting, if I have an interview with you, obviously I come.
You come
Yes, and then I analyze my game. Maybe I need to fit my training. Then I take my training, I write everything because I need to report on my training. So I write my training, what did I do and whatnot. And then later on I go for my second session. It depends what I'm doing for the second session. Yes, and then I do that.
So the training is intense.
It's intense. My training is, our training also is, you don't just rock up in the field and say, today I feel like doing speed.
No.
It doesn't happen like that.
It's planned.
Yeah,
training.
it's planned.
Yes.
It's planned. So now a week, I need to cover all these aspects. I need to cover strength. I need to cover endurance.
Speed.
I need to cover speed. I need to have rest a week. Yes. I also need to have some intermittent endurance coordination. Yep. So if ever these aspects are not covered, then my results will come orange because there's no variation. I'm training the same thing.
Just, you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yes. So it's important that I cover all of these aspects. If I did not rest, the rest will come orange because you did not rest this week.
And it reflects on your game, doesn't it?
It
also.
does. It does when you're not resting. It does when you're not resting.
When you're not resting or when you're not working out.
When you are not working out.
It shows.
Yes, it definitely. And you don't want to cheat yourself.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to cheat yourself. You have to work out. When you're training, you don't structure it correctly. Because I cannot do counter attacks on a Friday. Friday is match preparation day.
Okay.
So when I do counter attacks on Friday,
you'll be exhausted.
I cannot deliver Saturday because I'm tired. So Friday I need to do accelerations because I'm going to accelerate in the game. I need to do sideways, back pedal, whatnot. Yeah, back pedal, 10 and speed. So this is what I need to do.
There's a lot we don't know, about your world. Tina siyankwatela. As fans, siyakwata,
you guys just,
we don't know what's going on.
There's a lot. There's a lot that we do.
Have you had games that you've officiated and And after it's like, whoa, we were running today.
13 kilometers. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, because of course you wear those that stuff that tells how long you've been running. So he's like, what? You ran 13 kilometers in 90 minutes, give or take.
I had a game I ran 13 kilometers and I was like, oh my God. Wow. I ran here.
And in the moment, you don't realize
You don't realize that because you have to be there at the time.
Yeah, you're working.
You're working, but you could feel like, a fit to catch up.
Is there, and I'm going to ask this, and you may not answer me, and I appreciate that. Is there a team that makes you run more than others?
It depends.
Or teams?
It depends.
Yeah?
It depends. But I don't think I should be mentioning the teams, but yes, they are.
There are teams.
Yeah, there are teams that are going to make you run. when you look at your appointment, you're like, oh my God, we're going to run today.
I'm doing this game.
Yeah, but I don't think I should mention the teams, but there are teams like that. There are teams where you feel like, okay, these two we're gonna be knocking around, but the opposing team now is gonna make you run.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we know those
It's
teams.
unfortunate you don't want to tell us the team.
There are teams that you're just gonna be running like a headless chicken.
Other teams that mehlelo la senze lutho la.
No, Tina, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Tina, we don't have that.
You run either way.
You have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to be there.
Is there a rule how many meters you should be away from the ball, give or take?
10.
10 meters.
At least 10 meters away from the ball because you don't want to bump into players. You don't want to be hit by the ball. You don't want to be
obstructing
players.
Yes.
You need to give them their space. There are spaces that we know this is a player zone. But you guys will not know that.
No, of course.
I cannot be caught in this area because this is a player zone.
Yeah.
I need to cross fast. I need to cross very fast because this is a player zone.
Yeah.
When you see space, they're inviting you go into the space so that you don't interfere with them. Yeah.
Are there games that you look forward to? And if again, you don't have to tell us the teams, but you know you're going to enjoy.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is.
Well, I will not tell you. But if you ask me, do you want to do? I'm like, yeah, but I can't say. I'm looking forward to do 1, 2, 3, and then people are like, why? Obviously, you want to, for you to know your growth, your development, your strengths.
Yeah.
Obviously, there should be games that you want to say, I've done 1, 2, 3. This is my biggest game. I've done this one. This is my biggest game. And when I say I want to do the final cup, then it tells you that you are working.
Yes.
Do you get me? So who plays in the cup final? I don't care. But
you're doing the cup final.
You want to do the cup final.
Yeah.
So for me, this means you're working, good development. And also what you need to know is that nobody just sits and say, yeah, in the head, we need this one.
Yeah. I see Raful.
They think that we need somebody who's going to do this. Yeah. So
of course.
Yeah.
And now you are. When does it become serious now, this career? Because ukumbulu uyasebenza and you come and do this this referee thing. When does it become serious? With manje, this is what I want to do.
When I think after I came back from my second national invitation for I think it was ABC, SAB championships in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So the first year I was invited, it was in Bombela.
Okay.
And believe me, I was just pathetic.
Really? You didn't like your work?
When I think about it now, I was very new.
Okay.
I was very young.
Okay.
Right? I did not really had the understanding of the dynamics of the games, but you know when there's potential. So I was invited as a potential. I was invited as a candidate. I was invited as somebody who we feel like this one is
There's something here.
There's something here.
Yeah.
So when I went there, I'm like, yeah, this is serious business. Right? And I remember there's also report writing. I never written a report.
Oh,
now
yes, you have to write.
You need to write a report. What happened? If you give a red card, what happened? You need to write down those things. And I'm like, yeah, it's getting serious. Right? Now, when I went back home, I knew what I wanted.
Yes.
I knew that, okay, now this is how I'm going to train.
Yeah.
This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I need to focus on this thing. I need to work harder. Then I went back home. At this time, I stopped working at the Department of Sports. I'm now a beauty consultant at Clicks.
Yeah, my dot.
Now, at Clicks, obviously, you would be working, right? And
even on
weekends.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I do something, I do it fully.
Even the beauty consultant.
Even at Clicks, I was working so much that my boss did not want to release me for a Saturday. Now I'm like, okay, 2013, 2014, I want to do this full time. I want to focus on this thing because I see the future. And now SAFA is also paying attention to say, we see potential here.
Yes.
We see 1, 2, 3. So I was like, okay, I don't want to be a beauty consultant. I don't want to work for Clicks. I don't want to be in no, this is not. And obviously it was not me, but I was looking for a job.
Of course.
Right?
You needed income.
Yeah. And I'm like, I love it at Clicks. I'm permanent at Clicks, but I'm not going to do this one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving. I stopped.
Was the income part an important part? Because we don't know whether the role of a mesh official is a full-time job or not. We always imagine you, because we don't think you belong to a club,
Yeah.
Because you don't belong to a club.
No.
That's why we don't have a full grasp of that role. What is the role? Is it a full-time job?
It will depend on you, how you want to treat it. But if you want to be professional, then you will treat it as a full-time job.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go professional, maybe you can take it part-time, you do something else, and also you're doing your refereeing. It's entirely up to you.
So that means you're likely to stay in the development space.
If you want to, but we have match officials that are teachers, but they still at the Premier League.
Okay.
Right? So it really depends on you. What do you want to put out at that time? But for me, my job was not allowing me to be a metro official and also be working at Clicks. It was not going to work. And at the Department of Sport, I was really enjoying it, but I was an intern that was doing experiential learning. And it was amazing, but the money was not enough. And also at Clicks, I'm permanent. I'm loving it. I can easily grow here. I can easily be whatever that I want to be here, right? But I'm not an office lady. I don't want to sit in the office because
or at the shop.
I don't want to sit at the shop. And the money is good. I'm permanent at Clicks. I can pretty much like in refereeing, I can work the ranks up, but this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be at the shop. I don't want to be this. And then I decided I'm going to resign, and I'm going to give my all at this, and then I'll see. But more than anything, I'm going to work hard because I know I've always wanted to be in sports. This is a second opportunity that I'm getting, and then I'm going to go full on. And I went there. I even moved at home. I moved from Queenstown to East London. Wow. And I'm like, I'm going to go full in. With all these savings, I'm going to go full in. I'm going to make sure that I give my best because I did not do well in football as a player. Yes. Now this is another opportunity. What do you need to do? Went to East London, got in East London. Now there's more professional match officials.
Guys mainly.
Guys now.
Yeah.
When I got to East London, it was hectic. Remember, I said to you, we used to wake up every morning, go to the gym, and then in the afternoon, I would train again. But when I get to East London, it felt like I've never trained in my life.
Really?
I'm being honest.
It was harder.
It was harder. So, training with them, even the warm-up, I would feel like, was this a warm-up? Yes.
We haven't started.
We haven't started. Right? The transition was really hectic for me.
Yeah.
So, we trained, and then now, being invited into the national panel. Now the law is simple. If you want to officiate at the top flight, you need to run and pass the men's fitness test.
That's it. Yes, because you'll be running with men.
And you want to be at their level.
Yeah.
Right? Went. Workshop, ran the fitness test. I failed.
Oh, no.
And now, this was a big punch because I've never failed anything before.
Oh.
I used to be an athlete. I used to run. I used
to run with boys as well.
I used to run with boys. Number two, when it's athletics, they will hide me because nobody wants to run with me in the community. You understand? Now, for the first time, I'm failing. No, I don't like this thing. What is this?
What did you think of leaving it completely?
100%. What do you mean? I was like, nope. Went again. I'm invited again to run and pass it and do the test. I ran this test and I failed it.
Yeah. Again.
Then I'm like, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to do.
What was hard about it?
I think more than anything, it's endurance part of it because speed is my thing.
Yeah.
I will run like nobody's business. I'm good. But when it comes to speed endurance, it was hectic.
And
so
normal soccer game is both of them.
It's
speed
both
and endurance.
Yeah. So now I would run. When I started, I ran. At the time we were running 12 laps. I ran up to lap 6. I'm like, I cannot take it anymore. This thing is difficult. I came for the second time. I ran up to, now when I'm in Island, and I ran up to lap, I think 8 or 9. And I'm like, 12 is still a lot, right? And then I remember saying to Ulwandile, I think I'm leaving this thing. This thing is difficult. I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Sure.
And then he said to me, you need to remember why you started.
Yeah.
You need to remember why you left Queenstown.
Go back to the beginning.
Go back.
Yeah.
Just recall and think about it. If you feel like you can't do it, then go home.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you cannot do it, then that's it.
So are you saying those words is what helped with your transition?
The words that really helped me is one of the match commissioners who said to me, fit in or fuck off.
Oh, bluntly. As easy as that.
Yeah, they said FIFO. He came and wrote a big FIFO on the board.
Fit in or fuck off.
Fit in or fuck off. And I cried a lot.
Don't waste that time here.
Yeah, I cried a lot and I was like, they said FIFO. Decide, girl.
Yes.
You fit in or you fuck off. But I said to myself, why must I fit in when I can stand out?
Did you think being a girl, now honestly, that being a girl had something to do with the struggle to adjust?
More than anything, I think it's the dynamics of not knowing how to train. Right? Am I training the right way? Okay. Now, when I get to Island, and that is exactly what was difficult for me.
Okay.
Right? And also being a girl, I definitely have to work twice.
Yes.
Because obviously I'm not physically strong as men, but I need to put myself out there. So it's difficult. I'm quitting. I'm doing this thing. I'm like, I'm going back home. And then Ulandile said, you need to decide, right, why you started. When you find out why you started, we will pick you up in the afternoon for training. If not, you don't show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll know in that moment.
You will know that moment. Now, this time I wake up, I take my morning jog closer to the beach, running. When I look at this guy, I'm like, this is Makayantini, man. I went to him and they say, I want to see you running here. What time do you run? I would like to train with you.
Yeah.
And then Mac, if you know Makayantini, is crazy. And he said,
is it an endurance?
Mac can train. And then he said, if you want to do it, you will be here 7:45. At 8, we are starting with or without you.
Yeah. That's it.
You will decide. Every day in the morning we are here 7:45. At 8 I'm starting.
Yeah.
With or without you.
Yeah.
What do you want to achieve? I told him. Cool. We will do it.
Let's go.
So I developed this routine. 7:45. I am at the beach running with Makayantini. 3 p.m. I'm with the match officials training.
So you had this double training thing.
Yes.
Surely that built strength.
Strength. Went, ran, and I told myself that if there's no ever woman that has ever run this test and pass it, I'm gonna be the first one. I don't care who says what. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And I ran and I passed the test.
Were you the first? Do you know?
To ever run and pass the fitness test? I was.
Yeah.
But people think that I was the first ever woman in South Africa to be a match official, which is not true.
To be a PSL match official.
That is not true.
Yeah.
Dedri Zealand was the first.
Yeah.
And people keep saying that I was not the first to officiate a PSL game, but I was the first woman ever to run and pass the men's fitness test, because that document only came in when we started to say,
that new test.
They were running the ladies' test throughout and doing the men's
really?
Yes.
Surely that must have been hard to be running the women's and officiating the men's, because now you are exposed to this high intensive game and yet you're not prepared for it physically.
And even now for CAF and FIFA tournaments, they don't care if you can run the ladies' test because they know we can.
Yeah.
That's now they want to know how far you can go.
Yeah.
If you're going to Egypt, AFCON, they want to see how far you can go. to run the ladies test, they know that you can run and pass it. They don't care about that. You train every day. I was in Qatar last week. They know that you can run and pass. How far you can go.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. So, but the limit would be the men's test. If you can pass the men's test, then it means you can officiate.
You can officiate
anywhere in the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about anywhere in the world now. What games have you done internationally that comes to mind?
Argentina, Panama City.
Okay.
I did Netherlands and Japan at the under-20 World Cup.
Yeah.
I did.
And these are guys' games.
Guys' games is Argentina, Panama City.
Yes.
And I've done Ghana and what? For FIFA competitions. And in Africa, I've done Mozambique and Cameroon at under 20s.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And
I know.
You're running with young boys. They run even faster.
My goodness.
They are young.
They run like MDC, but MDC is quite
They run.
They run.
So coming up the ranks has a lot of benefit as well.
A lot.
Because you would think that at the professional level, you'll find them running really fast.
Yeah. When I think about the Premier League, the DST, they don't run a lot.
As much as the
MDC, they run. They don't have time.
Sure.
Right? And the championship, the Motsepe championship, they don't have time for running, and they just take the ball and take it to the other goals.
They want to score. And
they just want to...
And that means, because remember, you have to run faster than the ball, so to speak. And that's not always possible.
Cannot be possible.
No,
Even Usain Bolt can't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because the reason I said it that way is because you have to try.
You have to try.
Yes.
Yeah, effort is attractive, so you need to be seen going there. So... when I said Panama City and Argentina, that game was physically challenging, right? Mentally challenging, right? And also the barrier of the two teams, management.
There's language.
There was just I've never done a game of that nature in the country, and those were just under 21s.
First, bayalwa,
I've never had that in South Africa. I've never had that in the Premier League. I've never had that in the MDC. I've never. Yeah.
Is there enough work for you in particular in the PSL?
Yes.
There's a lot of opportunity.
There is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And does that also mean there's enough work for ladies as well?
If they put up, if we work, because there's nothing else. If you're a lady, you need to know. If we're working and delivering, absolutely.
We don't even see the lady or the guy.
We don't care you're a lady.
A worker.
And I think we have a really. I think our office is all about, can you perform? Then you're good. We don't care your gender. Yeah. If you're willing to put in some work, then though.
There's been a lot of criticism leveled against match officiation everywhere in the world. South Africa is no exception. What do you say about the standard of refereeing in South Africa? And I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm not going to answer that.
No. I don't expect you to say it's lousy. I really don't, because you'll be reflecting yourself as well.
Pretty much, I don't want to lie. I don't think I'm the right person to answer that. But one thing that I can tell you is that if you zoom in too much into something, you will find what you're looking for.
Of course, you'll find a fault. But there's enough work, based on what you've described, in terms of how you get to be a professional match official. There's a lot of work put into it.
It doesn't happen like that.
No.
It will not happen like that. It has never happened like that. But like I said, it's all about hard work. It's all about preparation. And obviously, if you want to perform at the best, you need to work the best.
That's it. You can't cut corners.
Nope. Not in refereeing.
Do you do it full time when I'm at?
100%.
This is your job.
This is my job.
Yeah.
I take it serious.
And does it financially look after you?
100%.
And I asked this question because I need to man officiate. I hope you're right. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
I'm really good. Obviously I'm not where I'm not where I was yesterday.
Of course, absolutely.
Right? And I am really enjoying this process. And I know I have greater things coming up. I don't take that for granted. And I feel like if you live in South Africa, any one run that is coming in, that you are working hard for, you need to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm a graduate.
Yes.
Before I decided I'm doing it full time, there was no job opportunities. And then if you want to make a living or you want to change your life, then you must take this and make it serious. Then you must respect your job. It's all about that. And the other people who are sitting at home.
Yeah.
Right?
And you have a job that
I have a job that will pay me 2 rand.
Yes.
Then the 2 rand is better than nothing.
Yeah.
So I need to take it serious. Need to work harder.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
I need to position myself well so that I can be better tomorrow. I need to better my game every day if I want to be anything.
A lifespan of a referee.
You can referee up until you're 47 or 48. At FIFA, sometimes they say you can be a referee as long as you can run.
That's it. That's what it is.
As long as you can run, you can continue.
Do you think you get better with age as well, with time and age?
With time, you get better.
Yeah.
With age, you also get it gets harder because obviously you're growing, but also your football understanding gets better. Watching football gets better, and I don't know who I told and say smart referees don't run a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Intelligent refereeing,
they don't run.
They don't run a lot. They read the game.
That's it.
Right. But modern football want faster referees.
True.
So it's a combination of the both. So you can't say, no, I'm just going to be reading the game and be there. No. The game is changing. The game has changed a lot. So, and obviously, I believe that if you train well, if you prevent injuries well, if you eat right, if you sleep well, if you take care of your machine,
you'll be fine.
You should be fine. If you look at other match officials, I think one of the match officials at the World Cup was over 40. I think he was 47, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. So you can stay long.
You can, but do you want? It's entirely up to you.
Yes.
But opportunities in refereeing are really there. You can be a technical instructor. You can be a physical instructor. Yes. You can be a VAR. I'm a VAR approved. It's just we're waiting for anything. I can sit in a VAR game and finish it.
Wow.
Right. If I want to stop and be full-time VAR, I can do that.
It's a job as well.
It's a job, but in South Africa we don't have it, so I need to be in the field.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. I'm not sure I enjoy VAR. It's a debate for another time. County Moshi game. But it's fine.
It's a beautiful tool if it's used,
done right.
If it's done right.
Yeah.
We just need. I always say that people think that match officials are useless, but it's just that we don't know. And people need to be educated.
We don't understand. Goes into.
Okay, that's number one.
Yeah.
And also, there's no way you can love VAR if you don't understand VAR.
That's true.
That's number two.
Yeah.
You cannot have full, beautiful VAR with less cameras. This is also what we need to understand. And also, we need to know that I take the final call regardless there's VAR or not.
Or not. Yes, true.
You understand? So there are people who are for that. There are people who are to teach the masses. There are people who are specialists in that area. I'm not a specialist. I'm a referee.
Yes,
right?
That's your job.
So if people want to be taught, then there are people who are more than willing to teach.
I'm sitting here thinking about this career that you obviously want to carry on for a long time. You want to see it grow and go. What is the ultimate?
Maybe I'm going to be 45 and... But
what is the ultimate?
Let me be honest. Now I'm going to, I take steps. Now I'm going to Australia and New Zealand.
Okay.
And I need to give my best at Australia and New Zealand.
What are you going to do there? Are they in their professional league?
No, I'm going to the World Cup.
Okay, yes.
2023, we have Women's World Cup this year.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, Australia and New Zealand.
Already you have a roster.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know that we're going there. But now when you get there, you need to make sure that you are delivering.
Of course.
So each and every tournament secures you for something.
Yeah.
So when I go there, I'm going there with the mindset that this competition must secure me for
the next
competition. And the next competition is the Men's World Cup, right? Whoa. When I'm at the Men's World Cup, I'm going for the second World Cup.
Then you become a permanent feature of World Cup.
Yeah, I understand. So even for me to secure Australia and New Zealand, I needed to go to Costa Rica under 20. And when I was at the under 20s, I made it clear that here are my goals. Yes. By the way, I don't get into the flight without the goals for each and everything that I'm going to.
Yeah.
If I'm going for a tournament, before I go into the flight, I write down what is it that I need to achieve out of this. Then I get into the flight. When I come back, I tick everything. I've achieved 1, 2, 3. What do I need to work again? Right? So at Costa Rica, I knew that I need to secure myself with this.
Yeah.
That is done. Now I'm going to Australia and New Zealand. When I go there, I need to compete, not to just rock up and be part of the team. So what is it exactly that I need to do for me to compete?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there adding numbers. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to know that where exactly do you want? This is my first World Cup. There are people who have been to the World Cups over there. There are people who have been to 2 or 3 World Cups over there. It is very important to be honest and say there are people who are more experienced than me.
You.
But how do I set myself apart?
Yes.
How do I raise my hand and say, they must remember this South African girl? What is it that I need to do from now about until July?
Yeah.
Right? And when I'm at that World Cup, what is it that I need to do for me to
During
say,
that time.
for them to say, hey, there was that girl from South Africa.
Remember?
Do you remember that girl? Right? Then we can, because senior men's World Cup is no a child's play.
Have we had a female referee at the senior men's World Cup?
Yes, my friend. We had an African girl, Salima Makasanga was there.
Yeah.
Right? We had the world's number 1, which is Stephanie Frappert. She was there.
Yeah.
So when you are going to be with
course
people
they were
of that nature, then you need to raise your hand and say, Stephanie did it. I need to do it myself. I can do it myself. But what is it exactly that she is doing right?
Yeah.
Right? And then when I conquer that, then I know I'm secured for 2026 and then I'm secured for 2027.
Yes.
And also, I don't want to be selfish. With all this wisdom, I need to come back home and say, the young girls must come. I cannot run until I'm 50.
No.
I must still give back to South Africa while I'm still fresh. I need to give back to South Africa while I'm still at it. You know? So
how many more years do you give yourself? Because you sound like you're still getting fired up. Like, Connie start a machine.
Exactly.
Another 20 years?
No. I am saying 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
But 10 really good years.
Really. And it must be a focused, very good years.
Yeah.
It must be intentional. I need to make sure what I'm doing. Right? Otherwise, I must step down. So my code this year...
What is that fee for?
My code for this year is level up or step down.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to level up.
We need to acknowledge, and you yourself as well, and maybe make it clear for us that the job of a referee is just as intense as an athlete.
100%.
As intense as the players.
Yes.
The competition that comes with it is just as intense as the players. You want to officiate a Spain and France game at some point in your life.
We need to be honest to say it's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
We only need one referee for the final.
That's it, eh? Not many.
Yeah. We only need one referee for the final.
Yeah.
We're not going to have one for the half side, for the other side, and one for the... It's not going to happen, so it's like this. And you also need to know that the pyramid, the more you go, the space is limited. Spaces are limited. So it's entirely up to me if I want to level up, I want to sacrifice, or I just need to go there and enjoy the beach.
You can do that too.
You can do that too. But also, you also need to know that I believe that the older you grow, I think you get you get to be wiser, smarter, and say this is what I need to do.
Actually, use the right word. You get wiser with age, no doubt.
You know,
yeah.
And now what I basically need to do, the older I get, the fitter I must become. Mm-hmm. Because the game is gonna change.
Yeah.
The game is dynamic already. The game is gonna be fast. The game needs me to think. The game needs me more than. And also, when you have a new name, people are looking at you to say, you are a World Cup referee, so why are you not performing? So it comes with a lot of pressure, even, right? So it's very important to say, I'm ready to sacrifice this. I'm ready to do this. I need to do this for me to be at this level. Yeah. When I come back, this is what I need to do. So everything matters.
The difference between male referees and female referees in terms of game management, do you find there's a difference? If there is at all?
I don't think there is. It's just... It differs by person to
personality.
Yeah, personality. It's not
that
about...
women are softer, easier, kinder, calmer... None of that.
It depends on personalities.
Yeah.
I must say. let's say now I'm talking to you, we're having a very nice and chill and everything. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to somebody else who is so bubbly. We laugh a lot. It's all about that.
Yes. So it has nothing.
It has nothing to do with whether you're a woman or no.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe other people would see it differently. But for me, I don't. There are times where I feel like I think you need to be stronger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
During a game?
Yeah.
Where you feel like,
Kona? No.
I need to go.
I talk to myself a lot in a game like, why did you move there? You needed to be this side.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're constantly evaluating your own performance, even during the game itself.
There would be something sometimes I missed and I'm like, what minute was this? I need to check it.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think I'm very hectic at criticizing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am that bad.
Is it to your benefit or to your detriment? Because criticizing yourself can work negatively.
For me, I think it's very good for my benefit because I'm not somebody who needs to relax. No. No. I don't like relaxing. Because when you relax, it's easy to just sit down. And so I need to look at constantly ways of improving myself. Yeah. And you guys will be like, Akhona is the best. And at that time, I'm like, no.
My last game was not so
I always tell my coach that, let's look at the finer details.
Yeah.
I don't care if you say, that was a good counter-attack, great penalty. I don't care about that.
What do you care about then? Or the smaller...
What is it exactly that I need to do to set myself apart from the rest?
Yeah, wow.
You missed that one. How did you evaluate it?
Ish.
You were supposed to be there. Why? How did you not get there? For me, the thing is, I don't want to be just a referee. I want to be a top referee. So if you want to be top, you need to look at things differently.
Yeah.
Be critical in everything. And I'm not saying I'm not the best, right? But I'm working so hard to be at the top. Yeah. I need to be a top referee. I need to be an elite of elite.
God.
So if I want to do that, I need to be critical.
Yeah.
I need to look at the finer details. I know the games are changing. The games are going to be different. But my football understanding must improve. My fitness must improve.
Yeah.
Right? And so if ever I'm going to be celebrating everything, every small detail, I'm like, no, man.
It's not worth it.
No.
What's the biggest game you've done in SA? That you consider and say, that was a big game for me? Is there a game like that for you?
Maybe it will go based on, I'm still new and I did this, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm still young, but I managed to do this. I think maybe this game I managed to handle it this way, right? So it is because I don't believe that this game was so big for me. You understand?
Yeah.
But I feel like a game of this multitude, you handle it this way.
Yeah.
This,
yes.
I base my biggest game on that.
So it has little to do with the teams themselves.
No, it definitely has nothing to do with the teams.
Yes.
Right? But the standard of football in that particular game, would say, for instance, I would tell you that I did a relegation battle. That I felt like I'm doing a relegation battle weekend after weekend. Then it should tell you that maybe you are a great manager. It should tell you that maybe you are good at this. Do you understand me? Because it's not easy to do a relegation battle. You understand? And this is the game I told you that I ran about 15 kilometers. And also would be, oh my God. So when I did Sundowns Platinum Stars at the back, that was like my biggest game in the Premier League at the time. And I was like, what? How am I going to handle this game? You understand?
Yeah.
And I remember I did Celtics and Kaizer Chiefs.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to...
Do you walk in slightly nervous? You're human.
But I am human.
Yeah.
I always say, yes, on the toilet. And people, they don't understand. Sometimes, literally every day when I walk in the field of play, I'm talking to my God and like, it is the
give me strength.
When I take the ball, you must know it. Yes,
when you take the ball from that and you walk in.
I'm telling you my secret. When I take the ball, I say, yes, on the toilet.
Wow.
Yes.
That moment
when I take the ball, I don't take the ball and don't say that.
Wow.
Yeah, because it means so much to me. I always say that when I step in the field of play, I am here for your glorification.
Yeah.
When I walk in the field of play, this is why I love my job. This is why I don't take my job for granted, because it's not about lifting Akhona Makalima, but it's for God's glorification.
No.
This is the talent that you have given me, and therefore I'm going to glorify it. Therefore I'm going to glorify your name with it. I'm not going to play around with it. This is why if I said I'm going to wake up at 5, I have an appointment with my God, I must wake up at 5.
Let's go.
Because I said I have this talent and you gave it to me. I've said I wanted this and it came to pass, and therefore let me go and glorify you and make the game look beautiful.
Do you get some surprise sometimes when you look at how far you've gone with this almost accidental career? I say accidental. You were at the right place at the right time. But if it wasn't for those forms, you would be doing something else altogether.
100%.
Yeah.
I get shocked and yet so humbled at the same time. I get shocked because I feel like, baby girl, everything that you want, it is coming to pass.
Yeah.
What is it that you are doing right? Right? And also, sometimes I would feel like I would have been at this competitions, but I have not been at this competition. Why?
Oh.
Right? And I said I'm very critical. And I believe in timing. And people would say, we thought that you were going to be at the AFCON for men, and I would tell you that I'm not ready.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, I'm not underestimating myself. I know when I'm not ready for something.
True.
Right? And it's important to know the timing. Right? When the time is right, I'm not a starter, I finish.
Yes.
So I always say to people, I'm not a fast ball, I'm a second ball for a reason. Right? But one thing I know about myself, when I get into the space, you're gonna feel the impact.
Yeah.
Right? And when I do something, I wanna do it right. I don't wanna just do it. I wanna give my all. And when I am not ready, I believe that God is protecting me. When I don't get a particular selection, I know that it's not my time.
It's okay.
And it's your time. Let me celebrate it, because when my time comes, I'm going to celebrate.
And you're going to celebrate by
I'm going
being
to celebrate
the best
hard,
you can be. Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
But now I always ask myself, Akhona, did you give your best? Because every day when you step up in the field of play, you got to give your best. Mistake or no mistake, did you give your best?
Best, yeah.
Okay, if you say this was your best, okay. If you say that, yes, I gave my best, but I see a room for improvement, what do you need to be improve? How are you going to improve?
Yeah.
So for me, those things are very important to me. I don't care which given. I always say, did you give your best today?
Yeah.
If I did not give my best as training, then I need to be honest to myself and say.
And are you honest with yourself?
I am
in those moments where
I am very honest with myself and say, today, baby girl, I'm not happy. This is where you are at. You could have done better, right? Because what you give at training is what you're going to give on the day of the performance. And when you train harder, at the day of the performance is going to be less.
Of course.
Right?
Absolutely.
So this is why I always say, push harder during your training, because you don't know what's going to happen on match day.
Wow, it's interesting. You're a true athlete, you know. Through and through, you're a true athlete in every way. Because I'm listening to you talk, and I see visions of this hard-working, training lady that wants to do the best she can in the game that she plays. And the game you play is officiating other games. Do you recognize the size of the game of soccer? In your position as Akhona, do you recognize the size of this game in the world?
I do, right? And I guess this is what humbles me. I guess also it's also what makes me to say, you don't know who's watching.
Yes, that's true.
You have to put yourself out there. You have to, because people say, women are like this. When I go, I say, I'm here to redefine the rules. I'm here to redefine refereeing. Because people look at us and say, right? So you need to redefine that.
Yeah.
You understand? Especially in my country. In my country, they still feel like, they better be sit and play netball. And for me, it comes as a shock to say, in a liberated South Africa, in a changed South Africa, the world is changing. You still think that way? You still think that women deserve to play netball in this South Africa at this day and age? No, come on, man, be open-minded. right?
You can't be thinking like that.
You can't be thinking like that. And also, what I am trying to say is that not only I'm promoting refereeing for us, not I'm only promoting the game for us. The beauty of the game is for everybody who is in it.
Include the fans, you name it.
Beautify the game. What you just did now, do you think it makes the game look beautiful? This is the question.
Or we are emotional.
We are emotional. Yeah. Exactly. So I take pride in my game because I love it. Right? I take pride in my game because I want the game to last longer. I want the game to be beautiful. So this is why even when I talk to players, I'm like, my friend, no, you can't do this. No. Right? And when you want to talk to players, sometimes tell them that our game is live and people want to see beautiful.
Remind them. This live game. That millions are watching at home.
Africa is watching these games.
Yeah.
Right? Make it look beautiful.
Wow.
My friend, you can't be falling all over the place.
And
people are here to watch you play. Give them that.
I'm glad you raised the falling thing. I saw this game this past weekend where the player was not touched, but he fell. What do you guys say as a collective, as referees, about these falls? Some real, but some not. Some over dramatic. But obviously you're aware of the over dramatic falls. You're born now.
When the law is black and white.
What is the law in that regard?
It is a simulation.
Yes, of course.
It's a yellow card.
Yeah,
my friend, you are trying to deceive me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more than anything, it also goes with football understanding. Who is responsible of what? Who
did what? Who instigated?
Who did what? But once again, I wish I can. But I'm not the right person to discuss the
intricacies,
everything of football.
Of course.
But what I can say is that when somebody is not behaving the manner that they are supposed to behave, then there is a penalty. The law is black and white.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the law is black and white. When the law is black and white, we deal with the law.
Yeah. The fans, is there pressure?
With the fans?
Yeah. Interesting, the last person to sit there was Brian Baloyi. And he says the interesting thing about being a goalkeeper, when the ball is on the other side,
yeah,
you don't follow the ball as a goalkeeper. You can hear the voices.
No,
you can hear what they're saying.
Mabatugana,
Mabatuga. You can hear the words. He said yes. If there's one thing that will build your character, is those moments, and he refers to those moments that they build you, man. So you as referees, because your job is hard.
Most of the times when I hear a spectator swearing at me, I just laugh.
So you hear them.
Sometimes you can hear a spectator swearing at you, and then I just have maybe I'm inspecting the field, and then you hear somebody swearing the game has not even started. Why are you swearing? You understand?
Yeah, so you hear those moments.
I'm not really bothered by that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm trying to think what would a spectator say that would really, really
push you to that point. Yeah. So it's not something that
I'm not moved by that. We're coming from the LFAs, and the LFAs, you're running on the line, they are talking here in your ear.
They're right here.
So a spectator that is far, you can't even hear or something. They just make me laugh. What would be something that can annoy me to the highest level? I don't know. I'm not really.
I asked this question possibly because your job is to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Essentially.
No.
Okay.
We don't want to make everybody happy.
Yes.
We just want to deliver. We just want to make the law fair. It's all about fair play.
Yes.
Because they will never be happy.
That's
you need to make yourself and your organization happy.
Maybe that's why I say my analysis is I'm using the wrong English words.
Yeah.
Is to make everyone see the fairness in the game.
Simple.
Yes.
The game must be fair.
Everyone must walk away saying...
who is happy and no...
no, of course. That's why I say I use
my
the wrong
HOD must be happy
words.
with my performance.
That's it.
If my HOD is happy with my performance because he is the expert of the law, then I'm good.
Yeah. And I say this because you don't operate in an island.
Yeah.
You exist within a system. And this system has teams and fans of both sides. And abantu.
I'm a fans, they don't know anything. I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of education that needs to be done, because sometimes I can hear people talking about something. When you hear this thing, what they are saying is a yellow card. But when you look at the file, there's no card. So there's a lot of education that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I feel like people need to invest in reading and
understanding.
Understanding the game.
Yeah.
And no.
As Looters fans, we just want our team to win.
I don't blame you. So I don't blame you when you don't know something, but it becomes a problem when you feel like this is this, but you don't know it is it.
Yeah.
You understand? But I think the game is just beautiful. Let's just enjoy it.
Do you sometimes feel, and you've said it, I guess, I'm probably just hold on to it. Do you sometimes feel like you're being taken like a girl in this context?
I am a girl.
But as guys, as guys we would say, I got Lutu.
Yeah, I know. Yes, yeah.
He doesn't know guys' game.
Yeah. The people still feel that way sometimes,
and you move on.
I don't think I really care.
Yeah.
What I care about is how I feel after my game.
Yeah.
Do I sleep peacefully at night? Yes. What did you do today? Did you give your best? And then not. Then I'm gonna hit myself and say, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Why?
Have you had and this is one of those trick questions. And I like the way you said it. Can you sleep with yourself at night?
Yeah.
Have you had decisions that you made in the moment it was the right decision, but when you played back, either in your mind or when you analyzed the game with other officials, do those
I hate myself. You? Yes, I hate myself a lot. If ever I am not going to be honest with myself and say I'm going to make mistakes every now and then, I'll be lying.
Yes.
But all the times when I step in the field of play, I don't want to make mistakes. I want to do it right.
Yeah.
Right? But if something goes wrong, like I said it, how did it start? Where was I when it started? How did it get to this level? What was my reaction to this incident?
Yeah. That's...
Period.
At least that's you in your place in the story.
How do I want to improve from this thing? How do I want to keep this level when I do good? Right? And because we make mistakes. Players make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Coaches make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm sure one day you will forget to play an ad and you feel like,
no, of course.
Oh my God, how did I forget to play this?
It happens.
But then tomorrow you
you get better.
I will never forget.
Yeah.
I'll never forget to play an ad.
Yeah.
Same as
refereeing.
It happens.
Yeah.
There are places where you feel like there's no way I'm not going to be at this level. There's no way I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
We all have those things. But now, how do I get better?
Yeah. And you've seen yourself get better and better and better.
Definitely.
That, I used to do that.
Not anymore.
Right, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's such a high pressure job though.
It is.
It requires a certain level of mind to be able to, like I said, you exist within a system of teams, of owners, and now these owners, they love going to the games now. I remember a time when they didn't go so much. Of fans, you have to exist within a world of humans where you're at a mall and somebody recognizes you as that lady that who's deceived. Because you know how easy it is to blame the referee for games. And you still manage to operate and be human about all of this.
And I think at the same time, even though South Africa is a little bit crazy country, but I think I love South Africans, because South Africans they really understand the game. They really understand the dynamics of the games. And I'm saying this because there's not a single time I felt like I've been assaulted by somebody. But instead, people celebrate me.
Wow.
And instead, people would encourage me. I get a lot of people encouraging me than people bashing me.
Wow, that's great.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a saint or I'm not missing things. I miss and I feel like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right? How did you do this? And I'm not saying that because I'm a woman, people think this way. I don't believe this. But I feel like there's something that I'm doing right. And I feel that sometimes maybe fans, when they're sitting at home, they also feel like, I wish my sister can do this. I wish my daughter can achieve this.
Yeah.
Or I wish, and I'm saying this not because in refereeing only, but I feel like I am also showing South Africa that you can be a woman in any way and still be making it, right? Not that we want to rub it in your shoulders that, hey, I'm a woman, I can broadcast more than you. It's not about that. It's just that me stepping up and doing what I love and making myself better in what I love. Who is in the room? I don't care. I'm just competing with the girl in the mirror.
That's it, yeah. Has the game gotten better? South African?
I feel like the game is getting better, especially our women's game.
Yeah, that's why I say both men and women.
I feel like the game is getting better. The game is getting great. The game is giving competitions.
It's getting faster.
I remember when I went to the under-20s, I was like, I can do any game. I have under-20s at home. And when I do the under-20s at home, it means I can be good anyway.
True.
Right? If I did not have that game time at home, maybe it would be difficult to go out there. And now we have the competitive women's league. It's easy for me to say when I go to the Afghan women,
you'll be fine.
We have a competitive game in our country, right? But obviously the level is going to be up because we are talking about national teams.
Exactly.
We're not talking about local teams.
Yes.
But that game time, that we are getting better every day.
And I see now, the commitment to women's soccer. There's a lot more of that.
A lot of competition.
And obviously, with people like yourselves in the space of developing, because when you drove in, your car has a little thing on the side. What is that?
That's the Interrefs. That's my baby program that I used to motivate, inspire, and just to have a little bit of conversations with women who want to be referees. Yeah, just give that motivation. Be a sister to that girl who doesn't look like you, doesn't pray like you, doesn't come from the same background as you, but they have a vision, they have a goal, they have a dream. And I want to be a sister to that girl.
Yeah.
So Interref stands for International Referees because obviously you aspire to be an international referee. That's the bigger picture. So that is what I'm doing.
Is there interest amongst ladies?
There's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of interest. Like I've been talking to a lot of girls. And I also talk to a lot of match officials, even at the Hollywood bets. Girls can call me, says, Akhona, this is what I'm going through. What can I do it? And I make it a point that you don't leave space. You don't leave the room without me motivating you. I always make it a point that you don't leave the room without me telling you the opportunities that you have that you don't need to waste. And I always make it a point that there is not a single referee that's going to walk out the door without me telling them to say, you can make it.
Yeah.
And I want you to do it more than I am, because probably the opportunities that I have now were not there when I started.
That's true.
But when you are starting, my friend, there are a lot of opportunities. Take this serious. If you take it serious, nobody can stop you. So this is the conversation that I make it a point that you can't meet me and then you remain the same. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It can't.
You will walk away wanting it more.
Definitely.
That's the goal.
That is the thing.
Yes.
Be open-minded. The picture is big.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the spaces are limited.
Of course. And at the top of the pyramid, there's only one.
Only one.
One official.
Only one.
Jeez.
They can't say Africa's. There are 2 or 3 Africa's. Number one, that doesn't happen.
No.
No, it would not happen. It will not happen.
Jeez.
But yeah, this is the program I'm doing in the Eastern Cape. I started it in the Eastern Cape. Meeting up with some girls, doing everything possible, assist and give equipment. I'm going to be giving equipment now in March in the Eastern Cape. But last year I did not do anything because I was focusing on my selection.
Yes.
And now I'm not planning to do anything but just to give equipment. Because I need to focus on myself. I cannot inspire anyone if I'm not helping myself.
You're not inspired yourself.
I need to inspire myself first and do the great and need to position myself better so that I can come back and say, listen, guys, this is this.
There it is.
So I need to take care of myself first and then I do it. So I postponed all the programs so that I can focus on this. And then,
Is it a good career?
Refereeing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing career. It is an amazing career. If you want it, if you love it. For me, I feel like it's an amazing opportunity.
Yes. Because you said you spent better part of last year away from home.
Away from home.
And what type of work is that?
That is exactly. Think about it. What is it? Maybe musicians.
Similar to that.
Yeah.
You're always on a plane going to officiate a game.
Maybe players, yeah. But the good thing is that you get to know a lot of people, you get to network, you get to be in places you've never been to.
True.
That opens up your mind.
You've never been to.
Countries that you've never imagined that you'll ever be at. You sit in the business class. There's just a whole lot of things that comes with it. Just train well.
Yes.
Train, do your job well, set yourself up, respect your job, and the rest will fall into place.
That's it.
The rest will fall into place. I mean, if you are somebody who is more than willing to, everywhere.
Any career.
I can think about you. You wake up every day and like, who am I going to talk to?
No, absolutely.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's how do we get it right and how do we prepare for it?
Maybe people don't want to work these days. Right?
Yes.
Maybe people, for me, I respect each and every person who is doing something for themselves because the world wants you to do something for yourself.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine somebody who was thinking about, came up with
Yes.
my friend, somebody wakes up, they do makeup tutorials. They are working, those people.
That's true.
As long as you are doing something for yourself, I respect you and I love you.
Yeah.
But the time I don't have is somebody who's going to sit down and say, "I kunzim."
What does the family say about what you've achieved?
Those are the people that celebrate me a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think they see the resilience. I think they see the strength. They know my ups and they know my downs.
Of course.
So sometimes there's my cousin who say she's in Bloemfontein. When she speaks about me, she even shed a tear.
Wow.
Like, I don't think there's anybody that is hard working as you in this family. I don't think there's somebody who is really sure about what they want more than you. I feel like people can just look at you and wow. Right? And I'm not saying this so that people can feel like Akhona is the great thing. But I'm somebody who just works.
Yeah. Where do you get the work ethic?
I think from my grandmother or maybe from my grandfather. I'm coming from a family that people work.
Yes.
Yeah. My mother.
There's no loafing around.
No, there's no. We don't have the trust funds. I'm sorry to people who have trust funds. I'm really sorry.
No, trust me, they're not sorry. They have trust funds. They're happy they have trust funds.
And the thing is, I know my mother did fashion designing, right? Okay. Yeah, she was a fashion designer. She was a moderator for national moderator, right? And then when fashion was phased out, she needed to change.
A career,
an entire career. She needed to change and be something else. But luckily she was absorbed by the system. And then she became a quality manager. So she started a short course of quality management systems. And she started this thing. She was really serious about it.
Yeah.
Right? Think about somebody who is a creative.
Who moved from this to that. Yeah.
And then again, all of a sudden I see her saying, I'm developing policies. She started doing policies and everything. She started being a policy developer for the college.
Yes.
And I'm like, this girl is so creative. You understand?
Yes.
During COVID, she started doing masks and selling masks.
Listen to that. Because she knows how to make clothes.
You understand? Yes. So I think everything is coming from my mom.
Yeah.
I think everything is also coming from my grandfather. My grandfather was a priest, right? So he was a community guy.
Yeah.
So when I say to people I do things for easy like that, I always say, maybe it's my grandfather. There's no way I can have so much information that I don't share with you. There's no need for me to have 20 jerseys, but I'm only going to use one jersey.
At a time.
So, my friend, you can have it.
Yes.
Right? So, the work ethic is coming from my family, I think.
And you speak very little about your dad. Almost
because he never raised me.
No relation.
He's my best friend now.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he's my friend now. Yeah, I call him and say, show him fed utin.
But when you were growing up, there was
no, he was not there. I'm raised by my grandfather. My grandfather is my dad. My grandfather did literally everything.
As a father figure.
As a father figure. I never even I don't remember thinking or feeling that I don't have a father or my father never raised me.
Okay.
Only now as I'm growing that, oh, by the way.
Kunalo.
There was this dad,
no, but in his post, but in le chap.
Yeah, that's the chap. But yeah, there was even a point I'm like, my friend, no, we're not friends. Don't call me. Because there's nothing we can talk about.
When did the relationship change and how did it change? Because now you say he's my friend.
I think because my mother said to me, you need to warm up to this. Because I called my mom, like, please talk to your friend. You must not call me.
You were...
Yeah, because not that I did not like him. Not that I had maybe anger issues against him. I never had a void.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you didn't need... There was no hole to fill.
Yes. So I'm going to be honest and say my grandfather has always been there. My uncle were always there. My cousins were always there. And my stepfather obviously was there. So I never felt a void that, oh my God, I miss a father figure. I'm missing this. I have never felt like that. And I'm really sorry for people who felt like I needed a father. I never had like that. My grandfather was everything. And I think I would be stabbing him on his back if I said I felt like this, because I never, literally, I never felt like, oh my God, if my father was like this, I would have been where. If my father was there, I would have been la la la. No.
Everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
My goodness. Yeah. And one thing that I feel like I appreciate a lot was being raised by that man.
Your granddad.
Oh. I feel like if ever my grandfather was not part of my life, I would have been somewhere.
What stands out immediately?
I think also my grandfather would teach me something that you need to be you. Right? You need to be content with what you have, with who you are. Yeah. All my cousins and all my siblings, they have that. Because we were raised by him.
By this guy.
And he would tell you that, you guys, you need to appreciate the fact that I'm here. My mother and my father were not there when I was young. Whoa. So you have this all the times, constantly. His mother passed away
when he was 7 months old.
When he was 7 months old. And his father died when his mother was pregnant.
Oh no. He was born into no one, basically.
And he was raised by his mother's sister.
Wow. Auntie.
Yes.
And he turned out to be this amazing man.
He turns out to be a respected man in the community. And when I say this, I say it with big pride to say, I'm raised by that man, because every time he will tell you, you are lucky that you have a grandfather. Me, I did not have my mother. I didn't even know my grandmother. Right? So to say that I will be lying. There's not a single time I felt like, if Tatamkhulu never raised me to be a girl, never raised me to be a boy. If my brother, who is my cousin, we don't call each other cousins.
Of course.
Yeah. So he's the guy who taught me how to cook.
Because that was not
it was
not part of the curriculum.
It was not part of the curriculum. And people feel like, really, I can milk the cow because I was taught so. And I never felt like no. We all starting all of us. And when you wake up, you make your bed. Whether you are a man or you are a boy, a woman, it doesn't matter. When it's time to wash dishes, you're going to wash dishes. I'm going to wipe. You're going to sort everything out. Yeah. So I've never felt like, oh my God, I wish no.
None of that.
No, I'll be lying.
But I'm still interested in the transition to this chap now is coming, and you have to accommodate him. And you seem to have done well to accommodate him.
Yeah, I think because of my mother.
Yeah.
I think because of my mother. And the reason why I did not talk to him
before,
it's because I don't know what to say.
There
was a king. So I remember there was even a time I said, my guy, I can't say Tata because I'm used to saying Malume or Tatomkhulu. You know you're going to choose. How am I going to address you?
Wow, that's a moment.
Yeah, because I don't know what to say. And I feel embarrassed when I'm going to say Utat. I'm like, oh my God, who is this? Because I never...
Wow.
And I grew up saying Tata Tatomkhulu. But now when we were all together at home, the cousins and everybody bebembiza Tatomkhulu.
Okay.
With my two cousins. Immediately. So Sisiti Tata, even with my cousin. Now my brother is still saying Utata.
Yeah.
I transitions with my group mates because with the people that I grew up with. So now there's this guy that I look like him like a lot. I look like this guy.
And now you have to call him Tata.
I look like this guy. I'm like, my friend. I don't call him Tata even now.
Yes, you can't. You
and
don't
I call him I call him by his nickname.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's fine with it.
He loves it because he doesn't have girl. He doesn't have boys.
Oh.
So he feels like I'm the boy in the family.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, show it. So we're a team. Like, why you phoning?
Wow.
You know, and then we have that conversation, and he understands football and the dynamics of
football. Of course.
So we'll be chatting like that. So we talk like we are friends.
And maybe there's something to be said about how your life became.
Yeah.
Where there was Utatum Kulu, and then now this. And it's you don't hold grudges against your dad.
Not at all.
You're good.
Not at all. I'm really good. I'm really good. Because I was loved. No, I don't feel like, my guy, I need your love. No, I don't feel like that.
Yes.
But because I'm raised by this guy, so my blessings are within this guy. Maybe. We don't know.
Right.
So I need to respect and love this guy.
Of course.
Right. But honestly speaking, even in life, I don't have somebody that I hate or somebody that I don't talk to. I can think until it's tomorrow. So why must he be the first one?
Yeah.
No.
And the guy that gave you life.
I cannot, even if I want to. But I would ask him questions like, what happened?
Is he open to answer some of these questions?
My father is very naughty.
Yeah.
My father is very crazy. So if we talk about it, obviously we will be laughing a lot. If I show you his videos, you will be laughing.
The way he tells the story.
Sometimes I will be sitting with my sisters and take a video. I'm like, so can you tell us what happened? And then he will be talking and he doesn't know I'm videoizing him. I start laughing. So maybe he dresses up and then he's like, yeah, I'm like, who said that? Yeah.
I'm glad you have a good thing going with your dad.
Yeah, it's something that I tried, but it's something that I don't want to be forced.
No, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to be forced because if you force me, then it becomes a problem.
Of course.
It must come natural. When I want to call you, I'm going to call you. Yeah, just like with my stepdad, I love him so much. I respect him so much. I have so much respect for that guy because I feel like he loved my mother. I feel like when we were not there, he was there for my mom.
Yes.
Right? When we were busy trying to figure this thing out, life, he's there for our mother. So I love that man so much. We share a lot. Sometimes I call him my commissioner. When I do a game, he will call me and say, hey, you did that.
Match commissioner.
Yeah, because he understands the game. So
Yes.
this is why I'm like, I would never hate my biological father because I had a lot of people who love me.
Yeah.
And for me, love is easy. Right? You will make me mad someday, but I'm still going to love you.
That's true.
Right? So I love my stepfather. I love my other father. I have a lot of fathers.
I think you're very special. I hope you know that.
Thank you. I think I am.
You know,
Yeah.
I think we're lucky that you're part of us as South Africans. Because Tina, we are a very lucky nation with problems, but a very lucky nation. You know, we get these stolabo abo Trevor Noah.
You imagine?
Stola abo Ziziko,
abo Zizo, abo Tusombed.
We get these people, and they help us become. We get our Zixpan to you win Grammys. You know what I mean? Yes. We get about Jerusalem, we become world-renowned songs.
You ask yourself how and why.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to pay attention to these details and say, there's something about us. But do we notice it?
I think
there's something about South Africans, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely.
There's something about South Africans.
Spice.
Yes. Even in the Tudor streets.
Well, there's an extra spice on the Tudor street. That's why I say, when I mention these names and I see you amongst them.
Oh, man, I'm so humbled. No, I'm so humbled. Even my name being mentioned among those.
Oh, no, I see
It's
you.
really humbling.
Because we live, South Africans, it's easy for us because we have so many problems. Our focus tend to be so tiny in this little room called load shedding.
You don't know, this other day, sorry to cut you,
Yes.
I was so excited. I saw Rami Chwane tweeting my picture. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Do you see
Am
what
I like
mean?
that?
Thank you. Thank you. That's exactly the point I'm making. That we tend to have so many problems that we think the world is all like that.
Yeah.
Because our world is like that. And it's when we stop and we say, but look at us. Look at us. Because you do belong amongst. Because you will definitely represent us forever in the international space. Look at now.
I need to.
You are in Australia. You'll be in Australia. They'll be talking your name. We'll be watching these games and we'll saying, wow, look at her. I'll be saying, I spoke to her.
Yeah,
she was in the studio.
I think it's humbling, man. I think it's humbling. Even though we are not doing everything that we are doing so that people can.
Of course.
Right? But when people notice, I think we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that will constantly humble us to say, I wish I can have 2 or 3 girls doing the same thing.
Imagine.
I wish I can have 1 or 2 boys. I'm sure Trevor Noah would look and say. But sometimes in my job, I got to a point where I feel like I need to stop saying young girls must. Right?
What do you want to say now?
I want people to just look at me and believe that they can.
Yeah.
It must not be about a girl or a boy.
True.
Somebody who, obviously, girls will see me because I'm a girl.
Naturally.
But there are young boys who look at me and say, Sister Akhona, I saw you doing 1, 2, 3. How do I do it?
That's true.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So I think we want to motivate and inspire young girls, but we need not to forget about our brothers, because they are our brothers at the same time. We need not to forget about them.
It's a fight that, whenever we have these women, men,
we need
debates,
not to fight. We need not to fight.
That's
we need
exactly
not to
the
compete.
Point. Yeah.
You get some people saying, but your sisters are beautiful than you. People don't know my sisters. So when I post my sister, they're like, oh, your sisters are beautiful than you. And I'll tell them, we were never raised like that.
Yeah.
Tina, we were never raised to compete. We were raised to complete each other, to complement each other. So even if I'm washing the dishes, the Asasipa would be wiping. So this is how our mother raised us. And my mother would say, you don't have to fight about chores at home. You know you like cooking, cook.
Yes.
You know Asasipa likes cleaning, she's going to clean. Asana is going to do this. Then everything else is sorted out.
We're good.
So yeah, I feel like this is also the same thing that we need to do. We need not to make our girls compete against the boys. We just need to live together.
And recognize that
together.
We exist.
We coexist.
Yeah.
I think these are the conversations that needs to be driven right now to say, can we learn to coexist?
Sure.
Can we celebrate coexisting? So that somebody must not say, bafuna ukwenza zonke into ezenziwa ngamadoda.
I'm glad you are the one saying this, because it's easy for us to get caught up in but women have to catch up. For hundreds of thousands of years, women were treated as a secondary citizen in most societies.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you are the one saying it as a woman, who's saying, let us live together. Because I always say that if you're going to ignore the boys,
then there's a bigger problem.
Oh no, much bigger. Because
there's a bigger problem.
There's a quote I read once, and I'm not going to get it right. I know, but I'll do my best. It says the worst human in the world, the most dangerous human in the world, is a broke young boy who sees no future.
100%.
They look out the window and they see nothing coming their way. They are very dangerous.
My biggest problem and issue is that around let's do this and not do it on the other side, is that naturally, if we then believe, we always say a man is a herd, right? And now I get worried when women are so empowered. And then these guys we are shrinking the guys, right? And also I look at the development of a woman. We develop very good, right?
You
but you need an empowered man, right? You don't want to have men who are threatened by women. You don't want that. And also you don't want a woman that is going to be abused by a man because a man is threatened.
Yes,
because once a man is threatened, he tends to be something else. So my idea is that we need to coexist. We need to learn. We need to teach our brothers. We also need not to say, no, my brother cannot cook. Because we babysit our boys. The more we babysit them, the more it will take long for them to grow. While we are saying to the woman, go out there, be 1, 2, 3, conquer the world. And then you want my brother to not conquer? You want my brother not to know how to cook for himself, not to clean for himself, not to study.
Or look after a family,
Exactly. How is he going to be a father to a woman who's ready to conquer the world?
How is he going to be a husband, a wife, a boyfriend to a woman who's conquering the world?
Who's conquering the world because you were not taught how to conquer the world.
He got smaller when the woman got bigger.
Let's love our brother. I have brothers. This is why for me it's my cousins, but my brothers. But for me, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
I tell my brother every day, if you want to cry, cry.
Yes.
You don't owe anyone anything. You are going to cry. You are going to be vulnerable to me. True. You are going to do 1, 2, 3 because the world does not know what you are going through and they don't care.
And they think you're fine.
They think you are fine.
Because you're not crying.
Because you are not crying. I'm not talking about financial issues. I'm talking about emotional issues where you are at school. You cannot focus because today there is this teacher who also giving you some issues at school. Yes. Or there is somebody else who have their issues at home that they are bringing to school. You need to know how to work around those things. So if you're going to suck at home and then cry and then you're not going to cry because you are a man, my guy, you're not going to raise your kids because you're going to die.
No. Wow. I didn't think we'll have such education. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know there was so much education in you. As we end up, interesting thing about this chair you're sitting on, it brings out the educator in a lot of people. And I absolutely love it. So that I say to you, man, where you're going is far. And never forget us.
Never.
Because we love you so much.
No, there's no way.
We are happy that you are one of us. When you fly the South African flag, like Abo Pitso Msimane, Abo Shalisteron, all these people, Skumbulung Askosh. Always remember that South African
I also travel with the South African flag. When I flip my laptop, I have a small South African flag. When I work, I look at my flag.
Look at that.
When I'm doing anything, I look at my flag. I think it's Victor Gomez who taught me that and say, how proud are you of your country?
Ooh.
Victor Gomez taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Said, how proud are you of your country?
Jeez. And that made you say,
that made
I have to always remember, eh?
Yeah. Another person that humbled me a lot is Zakele Swele. Zakele is very humbled. Yeah. Very humbled with so much that he has achieved. But he will tell you, my sister, you don't have to do work. There's nothing. Zakele is one of the hardest working people.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, man, for having me. It means a lot.
You know, I must tell you, when we were, because we have a list of people that we aspire to having on the show, including Pitso Msimane, for the record.
Coach.
We have a lot of people we look forward to having one day. And when your name came up as a suggestion, I said, we have to have it.
Have to.
Absolutely, because not only has she achieved so much, and yet she's still so young. There's still so much she's going to achieve. And we can only be proud because the role that we play in this show is to capture the story. And it's say, whether you ever write a book or not, we know that this story
we
exists
all have
somewhere.
beautiful stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my favorite song. We've got a beautiful story.
And we all do.
The best is yet to come.
Jeez. You are rocking.
Thank you so much.
I wish you well. And may the next game you officiate, Team Yami win.
We don't know what to. The best team will always win.
Listen to that. I know people like you is like, don't take sides.
No.
I understand that.
Greater goals. If you score greater goals than the other, then you're the winner.
It's amazing. I bet you do. And you said it, I guess. And I'm repeating myself here. When you see a great moment in the game, and you're inside that game and you're officiating and you make a mental note, whoa, that was good.
My former director at KF used to say, when you understand football, you see that there's a foul. You allow play to continue, play an advantage, and there's a beautiful goal. You must kiss your KF badge because it means you understand football. Yeah. We all talk about football understanding.
Wow.
So you can never be a referee without understanding football.
True.
So there are those moments when you say, yes, Akhona, that was beautiful.
Wow.
There are those games like, are you stupid, baby girl? I should have stopped. Why I did not stop?
Yes.
I was doing a assessment with my coach the other day. I saw a beautiful advantage. I said, when I do the analysis, I said, I saw that foul. I'm coming back to it, but there's a goal. But here is a yellow card for that foul.
Oh, you still went back, of course, because the rules.
And my coach was so happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a job that has a lot of pride in it. Yeah, if we don't pause to look at the good in it. Because I'm a fan anyway.
No, we don't care about the fans. We don't care about the team. We don't care who wins the league. We don't care who's not going to win the league. We don't care about a lot of things. We just care about our job.
Your performance in the game.
Our performances. This is the only thing that we care about.
Yeah.
When I say this, I'm being honest. I'm being sincerely honest that sometimes I don't even, sometimes I would look at the two teams, yellow maybe red.
Black. Yeah.
And then I need to write a goal. I'm like, which team is this again? I have to look at the badge. I'm being honest.
Yes, you have to look at the...
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
Which team is it? I really don't care.
Sure. That's amazing.
I only care about the 22 players. Their safety means a lot to me.
Absolutely. You're like a pilot who has passengers in the plane.
Totally.
We have to arrive safely, guys.
We have to land the plane.
What is that moment where the tossing of the what do you say to the players in that moment?
You're choosing? You give them the coin.
Of course. Heads, tail.
Which one are you choosing?
Yeah.
Blue?
Or this one.
Yeah. So we have FIFA or living football.
Okay. So you have a special coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coin is written FIFA. The other side is written living football. And the CAF coin is written CAF. The other side is Celebrate Africa.
Wow.
So you decide what you choose. So other people football can say you are living football, you are FIFA. Let's toss. Yes. Whoever wins the toss will decide what to do. You taking up the kickoff or you taking the side. So they will choose. Okay, win. I'm going to take the kickoff. Yes. And there we go.
And in that moment, okay, guys, is there ever a good luck? Is there ever enjoy the game?
All the best. Enjoy the game. I always say beautify the game.
Wow.
Yeah. To everybody. All the captains, they know. All my match officials that I go with, all the triggers, they know that. Let's go and beautify the game.
Beautify the game.
Let's go and beautify. That's my code. Yeah. That is like my thing.
Wow.
Let's go and beautify the game.
Makes me so soft inside.
Yeah.
It does.
You must also beautify this game. This is your game.
Yeah,
so you beautify the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what game it is, but beautify the game.
You're an absolute superstar. My game is capture South Africa stories.
That's
and make South Africans and hopefully South Africans will find them.
That's nice.
Yeah, and when they find them, they'll see value in how great we are as a country.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I think we're very special. Thank you again, man.
Thank you. I should thank you so much for showing interest in telling our stories, because I don't think our stories are being told enough.
Yeah.
And when they are told enough, we inspire and we change our world and we make South Africa a beautiful world to live in.
May your treasure chest grow and become bigger.
Thank you.
May the gods bless you with more fortune.
May
you officiate the World Cup.
Yep.
The guys' World Cup.
The men's World Cup.
Absolutely.
That's coming. From your mouth to God's ears.
May you do that.
It is done.
Well, Akhona, your middle name, I love it.
Zenith. The highest point.
Zenith.
The apex.
The apex.
We're reaching for the stars.
Imagine that. Who gave you that name? Do you know?
That's my grandmother.
A grandmother.
Yeah.
It is Zenith. Well, no,
I think it's my mother. Because my grandmother gave me Akhona.
Okay.
Then my mother said she's Zenith.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, man. That was so fulfilling.
Thank you.
Let me say it right. You said how
Makalima.
Makalima.
Yeah.
Because it's Xhosa, it's melodic.
Yeah, that's good. So Makalima, Kalima is wisdom.
So, yes. Akhona Makalima. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Wow.
King David Studio Podcast.